Okay, welcome guys, welcome. This is part 3 of our playthrough, playing as man. We're not very far in actually, we're only the fall of year 1 of the Ascension Wars, turn 19. I guess that's not too bad. Not too bad for me anyway. So, we're going to continue on playing as man. It's funny because I'm playing a few other games as well at the moment, and I keep on getting confused as to what I'm up to and what I'm trying to do. I would love a note system. There's sort of halfway there with these chronicles. Province Chronicles, hang on, where are we? If we just go back down into here, for example, and just look at the Chronicles, it'll then tell you what actually happened. Now, do we have any that we know of that sort of changed? I don't think all of these. Yeah, some that it's only our own provinces that we can actually do this with. So, yeah, Land of 7 Years is a wasteland, not much grows here. It would be possible to travel to Tiradiv here if it was cold enough for the water to freeze. So it just gives you a bit of information, which is really, really cool. Another thing actually, which I do want to hopefully get into this particular session, is this the old Pretenders of the World one, where you used to just get your list of pretenders. But now we actually have a lot more. We actually have the relation and what they think of us. So we can tell whether they, what the status is. And this isn't just war or not war. It actually goes well beyond that. So we haven't actually met anyone yet. Like we know where they all are. We've seen them. Our spies have seen them, but we haven't actually made contact yet. So that will actually happen this session as well, I would think. And just, who's controlling it. And then it does actually show what their blessings are. As soon as you see them cast a bless in combat, you then get a list of all the things that they then get to have as well. And so that's going to be something that, as we come across these other factions, that's going to be an extremely valuable screen that has always been a bit of a nothing screen. Am I streaming? Am I streaming at this stage? Are we on? Yes, we are on. Good. Okay, that's cool. Right, okay, so it's just early days yet. So we're just going to continue on playing the way that we are at this stage. Now, we did just take over this area fairly recently. We're building the palisades up. Hi, Kairos, saying thanks for that. Yeah, thanks for the confirmation. It's always hard to know whether the volumes are okay or what's actually going on. Actually, why is the music not playing? Yeah, I've got the sound up. Yeah, I'm not know. There should be sound. There should be sound effects. Yeah, I'm not sure why the music isn't on. Anyway, we're moving across, just gobbling up more and more territory with our main army. We've got our big army in through here. Now, this is one of these things where what's interesting and what I've been finding when I've been playing. So you are streaming, no problem, thanks for that. So with what I have been finding as I've been sort of streaming it on Twitch and so on and so forth with other playthroughs, is the AI is actually dramatically better than what it was. It splits up its forces in unusual ways, and it really does make a hard time. You have to sort of you can't just have like these big death stacks, which used to be okay back playing in normal mode in Dom 5 and before that one, but it's no longer really the case. You are going to have to, if you're playing on normal mode, figure out what you need to then go and do to actually then figure out the way to make that sort of then work better for you. So it's sort of one of these things where where you sort of do need to, like it's okay to have a Dom, like a Doom stack, like basically heaps and heaps of armies, but you probably will need to split them up at some point. Anyway, we have a massive, massive army which is just rolling through. We may have to start thinking about what we do through here now and start to build up a secondary force. In fact, we are doing that one right now, actually. So we've got this one here is just on wait until all of these guys are ready. I might just start putting them in with him just so he's actually got his force ready to go. So that 28 units is not bad for the archers. We'll be wanting to get a few different groups in through here, so I'll throw them in as well. And we do actually have some cavalry as well. Hi Banksy, how are you going? And Blue is saying how is its troops composition? The AI has been interesting. It's actually been quite interesting actually. It has gone with the minimum number it thinks it can actually go in sometimes to raid. So it tries to raid into your provinces and take them over from the province defence, which has been really, really interesting to see it do that. Like it might go in with just 2 units where it thinks it can actually get away with it. Quite often it doesn't work. Like I'm only playing on normal mode. That's been interesting. They've also have split up into still powerful groups, but only just powerful enough. And they've been going off they've been getting multiple groups of those to go off and essentially take over your territory, which has been very, very interesting. And we're sort of getting to the stage where when we do come up against another player, expect that to happen. So it is actually really quite interesting in that sense. So the AI is dramatically improved. I actually, like if you had have asked me 6 hours ago, is the AI better than than it was previously? I wasn't sure because I hadn't really seen it. But in the last session I played on Twitch, it was really like I was thinking, wow, this is actually very, very better, very much better than what it was. The way it plays than what it did previously. And it was a matter of you then have to respond by actually creating your own little doom stack, not doom stacks, but your own little hunting stacks to go and hunt down their raiding forces, which is, and I don't know if it changes across the AI. One thing I did notice is that I was playing against a faction with a lot of blessable, like a lot of sacred units, and they didn't send in priests to be able to bless them. They had no way to bless those troops. They did they had some big armies that they were building as well, like what I've got, but not quite as big. And so they were using those to essentially, their big stacks to then try to take over important territory that I actually had as well. So it was interesting, the balance of how they did it. It's certainly different than what it's ever been for me before. So many little things. The AI actually, I would now say it's dramatically better. Not even just a little bit. But yesterday, I think I was asked a question, and I said I'm not 100% sure, but it seems to be a little bit better. I am now 100% sure it's now heaps better. There's still room for improvement, as I say. The blessers would have been good with the other one. Now we've got to see. We're going middle age. Actually, isn't bad as in saying, hope you're well. You may have answered this elsewhere, but I'm playing Dominions, not the others. Would you say it's worth buying this one over the others? Yes, absolutely. There's so many changes in this one. This one is dramatically different. It doesn't look dramatically different, but it actually plays dramatically different. Everything has changed in it. All of the factions have been reworked and rebalanced. There's different ways that the battles play out. The battles are now much more finesse. They still use the same system, the same battle system, but there's just so much more in them. Even within the battles themselves, you've got a few more orders you can give, and particularly the range units. Like the range units make up their own mind as to what they're going to attack, and that works incredibly well. Like they, for example, in previous games, it was very hard to get the archers to attack like a mage or something like that. And so what's happening now, what I'm finding is that if they're within range of, if a mage is considered the biggest threat for a group of archers, they will then target that mage, and that's actually really, really special. So quite often you'll find that your mages have got arrows coming towards them, where that really happened back in Dom 5. Like it's sort of like they would actually tend to be attacking the big clumps. They still will do it. They'll go after whatever they think the biggest threat is, but quite often they think the biggest threat is some sort of commander. And that's really interesting to see that. So if you just leave them to their own devices, they're very, very good. Are the knights sacred now? Only the unicorn knights in Man. Yeah, that's with Man through there. KA150R05 is saying middle age. Yes, yeah, we are playing middle age. And the troop compositions, you end up with much bigger, like the game now can cope with much bigger armies, and so the armies are bigger by default. You tend to see bigger groups and less magic overall, which is actually good. The balance feels good. Magic supplements your armies. It doesn't dominate your armies anymore, and I really like that. Like just playing it, it just feels so comfortable. Your blesses are important if you've got a bless strategy. So it really is quite interesting, actually, the way it does play out. So what are we up to? So Billy Gasper is saying, yeah, super glad to see the AI strat being better. Yes, it's not just a little bit. It is actually dramatic. I'm now that after playing it earlier today, it was like I was super impressed with what it was doing. It was really, really special. So I did like that. That kind of answers my question, says isn't bad. Okay, that's cool. But no, it is definitely worth getting for so many reasons. Not just you've got new magic paths, you've got a whole lot of new items, you've got a whole lot of new spells. All of the spells have been reworked and relooked at and rebalanced. It's a different game. if you're an expert at DOM 5, for example, you're going to have to relearn DOM 6. So it's not just bits and pieces tacked on. It's actually really quite different. It plays differently. The battle maps are bigger, which means that the layout of where things start is also different now as well. There's more gap between where you start and where the enemy is, so there's more setup that you can then go and do. It's very, very cool the way it actually does work. So Joseph saying, I've been loving the content. Thank you. Well, thanks for that. Are you the dad from Cracker Milk videos? No idea what that is. No, so I have to say no, because I've got no idea what that is, unless, I don't know, unless someone's been using some sort of deep fake or something, but I've got no idea what that is. Susan Bowder saying, brilliant, thanks. So I'll probably get this one then. Yeah, this is the one. This is, now, as they all came out, I'm just trying to think back to between 2 and 3. They were good and meaningful changes between 2 and 3, 3 and 4. Between 4 and 5, it was meaningful, but more in the user experience, not so much in the gameplay, and so people couldn't see superficially what the difference was. But between 5 and 6. This is by far the biggest difference, and this is a really special game now. It's so cool the way it does work. There's so many little tools that have been added to it as well. The user experience is even better again, so it really is cool. But it's really one of these things where and also, like, if you're a new player, you probably want to be playing on it in easy, to be honest, not normal. As I say, I've been really surprised at just what a hard time I had contending with a normal AI. It felt like in the previous, I think it was difficult. I think it was difficult or mightiest, whatever the next step up was, gave you a similar sort of feel, but then they were cheating with their with what they could actually bring into the fight. They were getting bonuses that you didn't have. Whereas this one, I don't think I get any bonuses on normal. I think that's pretty much just stock standard. But what I'm finding is it's hard to rope them up and sort of get what you need out of it, which is really, really cool. As I say, I'm extremely impressed with this. So we want to get like a group of these long spears, because these are always going to be good because of the length 4, because with the rappel, and so we definitely want to be getting a lot of these. Let's just go back in. What have we got still? I've put them on this so I can see if I've actually got what I need from these locations. Let's just go in and just do another one of these. So the only blessable units, the only sacred units we have are the Knights of Avalon, which are sacred. I don't know I can't remember if they were sacred from. They may not have been sacred in DOM 5. What we're going to do? So I'm just going to exit from this. I'm just going to go and save game and quit. I don't know what wasn't playing the music inside the game. I'll just minimize that for a second. I'm going to start up DOM 5 as well. We'll just see if we'll have a look at that. I think I can play both at the same time. Or maybe not, actually. If we just go to Create World and just go to Test. God, it's funny coming back into this game now. It's really not it's not fun to play it after you play 6. Just go Test. Gone OK. Delete that game, whatever that one was. Middle Age. And man. Just got OK. No, they weren't. You're right. You're right. These are now completely different. So, and what's happened is they're now split in 2. So these are now a sacred, and they weren't. I know that man was reworked. They actually had a good look at it. So it's yeah. So it was only the. You're right. It was only the wardens. That's correct. So you only had the wardens that were sacred. Now these are still sacred. They've still got pretty much the same stats, I think. So 26 gold, 28 resources. So it's not dramatically different the way it does actually work. But the other thing we've got is the 2 knights were together. So this is actually. I wish I could. I wonder if there's a way for me to be able to bring both of them together. Let me have a look. I may be able to play both games at the same time. That way we can do a bit of a. That way we can do a comparison. So we'll go through this one. This is the Knights of Man. Play the game. Yeah, so Geek Army is saying, I heard there would be more focus on armies in Dom. Does that? Yes, it's the armies are your backbone now of everything that you're doing, and the mages are there to buff your armies more than they were. So it used to be that you could have mages that were just crazy strong, and you still can get that, but you have to work for it. Whereas now it's much more about how you structure your armies. The scripting of your armies is probably more important than it's ever been before. I'll just press exit for this one here. So if we have a look at man through here, if we go back in and have a look at what we actually have with Tremaine. So you can see there that I am playing, actually one thing I am doing differently here. Yeah, so I can go back to Dom 5, hopefully. Yep, there we go. One thing I will just do, so just click on OK, yes, OK, and cancel. Cancel, and I'll just make the user interface. I'll try to make this the same size just so we can sort of compare it. If I go to preferences, graphics, where is it? Not seeing not seeing it there as in where it actually was. I thought thought we had another. Maybe this one doesn't have it. Actually, we're playing Dominions Enhanced. I should actually turn that off if we're going to compare these. Yeah, just so that when we start up a game, it's not going to have that in it. It's just going to be the vanilla. So yeah, it doesn't actually have this. What I've done in the preferences in the new version, I didn't realise this, but this is I've always just played it on whatever it actually is, but they now actually have different settings for the user experience or the user interface. Let's just create what we've got basically, and just see if we can do it in here as well, just as a bit of a comparison. Now I can't remember exactly what we were doing with this. Tester will be the name. Probably got one of those. Just go into, and we'll just add a few random players in through this other side. Shift L, make them all into land nations. Make this one into man. So this is in Dom 5 that we're looking at through here, and just normal AI. I won't play it, but I just wanted to see if there is actually what the changes actually are with what we have. So select physical form. Now we were using this one here, the Lord of the Forest. So we grab him, and we had glamour. Now he doesn't have glamour, so he's completely different. So we went with like a whole lot of the bless effects are so different as well. Like if we just go and bolster these and bolster these, I forget what I had in through here as well, but we needed to get a few of these. We just go to say 6. I can't remember whether we needed the gold or the production, so I'll just get a few of those as well. We'll make him dormant, get some growth. Get some magic, I guess, as well. Yep, that'll do. We'll just go this way. This will be fine. And then we've got the bless effects 4 and 6. So now I went with I went with glamour, which I don't have in this instance. So we'll make them say unbreakable and bark skin. There we go. That'll do. So we've got no points left. This is completely different now, the way the bless points work. You can't sort of cheese the way you used to be able to do it with your rainbow mages. It's now got a different sort of system, which makes it more. You've got more constraints on your bless. So the bless isn't as overwhelming as what it used to be, which is again good from the balance of things, because it used to be if you were an expert player, you could really do some amazing things with your bless strategies, which are still fun, but in this case, it brings it back to a sort of more level area. So, yeah, this is pretty cool. I'll just leave that one. Just click on OK. Oh, hang on. Yeah, I'll click on OK here, and all plays Winrith. That's okay. So a lot of changes in here as well. We've got all of those different bits and pieces. I'll just enable these for a second, just so we've got it. We'll enable that one as well. Thrones of Ascension, that's is now in a different area. I'll just leave that where that is. That doesn't really matter. Renaming is allowed. So this is so much cleaner. It's funny coming back into this one now. I'm so used to 6 now. It's sort of This is very, very different. We'll just have a quick look inside. I just want to see if I can make the user interface look the same as 6, because I find that I've actually increased the size of the user interface in version 6, because I'm not happy with all of it, to be honest. I'll show you the bits I'm not happy with. And we'll just see what it's like in 5, because it may just be that I'm being hypercritical. Like when I tend to be sort of like beta testing things, I'm always looking for problems. So become very judgmental, which is sort of, this is what I do, basically. I've got to say the start is longer than when you do the other one. So we're back down in here somewhere. You've got terraforming now in the new version, which is really, really cool. So we just go back in. Yeah, it's actually very, very different. So all this is gone. It was all on here, which you didn't notice much. Because when you actually were playing it over this side, it was actually it was what it was. And this is actually probably easier to see, except this area is now used for other things. Like if we go back across, actually I'll just go to the options and just go to preferences. Now we still don't have the larger area. I thought we could make make some of the things larger. But it's not there. It's not showing there. Yeah, I'm not seeing it there. I thought we could. I thought there was a way. View the game settings. Yep, that's okay. I thought there was a way to make the user interface larger, but maybe not. I'm sure there is actually. I'm sure there is. I'll just do a shift question mark and bid. I'm sure there is a way to do this one. Map view. There's all the different unit orders. No, I can't see it there. I was sure there was a way to increase these. Just using this scroll wheel to see if there's a way to do it. If I select it, yeah. Anyway, I won't keep on going in with DOM 5 again. But this is so this is what DOM. So it doesn't look all that dissimilar, except until you start to go in and have a look at it. And so this is DOM 6. And so if I just exit out of that one, so this now over here is actually used for summaries. So we've got the summaries, and I have made this one bigger. The buttons are all up the top here. I'm thinking that the game expects you at some point to just be used to using keyboard shortcuts, but I find these too small. And I was wondering why I had a disconnect. It was because they were down the side here. I hadn't really noticed that before until now. But this is very, very valuable. This is more valuable than having the user interface over there as you get used to it. But in here, when we go into preferences, we do actually have under graphics text size. Which then makes, so I've increased the text size, which does make the this bit of it a little bit larger, and I find this a bit more comfortable to be able to look at and to stream with what's going on. So it's sort of like I hadn't really noticed that before, but yeah, this is all completely different now. Where there's all this other information now about wherever you go, you're going to get the specific information, like the Dominion and the scales will show up as well, so you can sort of see exactly what you're getting as you go through. So. Yeah, even just looking at the difference between this and 5, this is actually a much cleaner looking game. So where are we? Yeah, so they're not sacred in there. So I'll keep 5 open. I hope that won't cause any issues with what we're doing. So heard that we've more focus on armies. Yet we've done that one. Walter Byrne is saying, yeah, they made much better, made income much higher. But they also made mages cost more. Also rebalancing a lot of Magic battlefield-wide stuff is hard to get. Yeah, it is very, very good what they've done. And so Josie's in saying, thanks for streaming this so much. It helps get through the final days before release. Yes. Well, actually, I'll make an announcement. There is, and I don't know when this is going to happen. It should be on the day of release, hopefully beforehand, but I don't know what the release time is. But Battle Mode and Lucid Tactics and myself, because we've got the game, we were going to do a live stream before release on release day. Hopefully, that was the plan. So stay tuned, because we will be streaming. We'll be live streaming to our own channels, but we will actually be playing together and then discussing the game in the lead up. So that should be fun. Really looking, and that was. I was here actually. Someone suggested that we do that, and I thought that was a great idea. And so that's going to happen. So we're all three of us are really keen to do that. So we're probably going to be playing a multiplayer game just together for a few hours. So that should be fun, just to sort of just while we sort of count down the time, or maybe just after launch or just before launch or something like that. We don't know exactly when just yet, but that will be something that will be happening. Now, I've got to say that both Battle Mode and Lucid know a lot about the game. Lucid in particular really, really knows the game backwards. Lucid Tactics has been part of the beta for a lot longer than what I have, and he is he really knows like the Dominion's games, like over the years and stuff. So that should be good fun actually. So it's always interesting talking with both those guys actually about Dominions. I talk a lot with Battle Mode anyway, just outside of not recording or anything. We just chat about different games because we've got very, very similar things with games. We like very much the same sort of games, but we often disagree with the specifics of them, which is good fun. So it'll be interesting to get the perspective of those two as well. We'll probably end up, I would guess, play some sort of late age factions. I would imagine, if we're going to do that one, because that's where the biggest changes have actually happened in the game. Anyway, that's what we're talking about. So that should happen pretty much in the next 2 days, I would think. But I don't know what time the game is going to be released. So that will also depend. If it's, I've got a horrible feeling it's going to be launched in the morning of Europe time, which is actually bad for me because that's when I'm usually asleep, and I do need to get my sleep. So I'm going to have to. I only get like about 4 or 5 hours sleep a night anyway. So if anything gets in the middle of that, it makes it really hard for me the day after. So I'm going to have to protect that time. But it's only about 5 hours that I need to protect. Other than that, I should be okay. We'll see what happens, I guess. So Eddie Ballgame saying, Daz, you've been very busy with this coming release. Thanks for that. Yeah, it's sort of one of these things. Like there's only it's a very special game. This is my most anticipated game of 2024, and it's coming very, very early on in the year. So for me, it's sort of one of these things. Like there's a few other games I want to do the same thing with, like Solium Infernum. I would like to do probably not as extended as what I've been doing with this one, because this game is just so deep and rich. Like there's so much to talk about and so much to cover. So there's an awful lot to look at. Greg Longshaw saying, as someone who has never played any Dominions, how difficult will it be for me to pick up? I do like deep games like War in the East. Well, okay, so if you're used to playing War in the East, you'll be able to pick this game up. But I would strongly suggest a couple of things. First thing is pick a faction and get used to it, and just keep on playing it and playing it. So, for example, in the faction that we played in this particular run, like I set things up where I haven't, like this is now a Glamour nation. Glamour's new to the game, so it's very different for me than the last time I played as Man. And there's things I would change. But so, do you want me to just, do you guys mind if I sort of zip back out and maybe show you the approaches if you are new to the game, like what to do and how to sort of do it? I've been doing this in each of my videos, but it's sort of one of these things where, like Lucid Tactics actually put out a video yesterday, I think it was, that actually has now made me rethink a little bit about how I would suggest that new players start the game based on one of the things that he said. So we'll actually, I might just go out, I'll just quit, I'll save game and quit. I don't think we did anything. But let me just go through, like as a new player, play the same faction. And it's funny because Man was actually the faction that I chose when I first started playing Dominions, I think in Dominions 2, as the faction that I wanted to learn the game with. And I would play it over and over and over to try to figure out what I was doing wrong each time, and that was just against the AI. And so I think that's a good way to play it. Just pick on one faction until you get used to the way that the game plays. So if you go to Create World, you've got all these different ways of playing it. I won't worry too much about what we're doing through there. I'll just call this one Test as well. And Really, it doesn't matter too much which one of these you choose. I'll just choose middle age just because it's in the middle, and I won't go through what the specifics are with that. But there's a few things I would suggest you do as you're trying to learn the game. First of all, when you choose your faction, there's a heap to choose from. And the one thing I would suggest is don't choose anything that's a water nation. So all of these are the water nations in the game. So steer clear of them if you're trying to learn the game. Not that they're difficult to play, it's just that they're different to play. And so you're probably better off going with one of the land nations. You've got a lot more land nations. This is just in Middle Age, by the way. So every area, there's over 100 factions in the game with Dom 6. There's a few new ones in through here, like Nidvinger, back in through this side, which is sort of like a frozen Norse clan type faction. You've got, what's the other one that's in this one? I forget which ones they always are. Anyway, there's extra ones in here. But a lot of them have been reworked as well. Like we've been playing as Man in this current run through. Man's an interesting one simply because you do have good blessable troops. And that's the other thing. I always suggest people start with Ulm because it's the easiest one to learn. And you can just keep on playing it a few times in a row to sort of figure out what goes on. Like, for example, if you start playing it and you find it's not working, just start again. But let's just do it with Ulm. I think we did it. Actually, let's do something different so that we've got... actually, Pyrene is new, I think. So what's this one here? This is, this is new. Emerald Knights. These are things that are riding giant goats. But anyway, let's not play that one. We want to play something that's going to have... it's going to be fairly simple to play. And some of the old ones are like that. So, for example... like Pangaea, I always think is a good one to learn with the game because it sort of makes sense. It's like your standard European trope in terms of like the Fae groups. Like if we right click on that one, you've got your Minotaurs, you've got your Centaurs, your Satyrs. Like that's the groups that you're playing with, and then your Pans as well, like your Panic type influences, which are sort of like the Pandemoniac and then the Pan himself. So these are sort of like your major spellcasters, and this is a good one because it really does mix in a lot of nice ways of either playing it with sacreds or without sacreds, which are all components that you would learn in the game. So in this case, these are nature, like very much nature based. And so you would sort of read, and I won't go through all this, but you would read all this stuff, sort of figure out, like, what's it good with. It has extra growth, for example. Now, growth is interesting in the game. If you can push your growth really high, the terraforming in the game should make some of the areas around your high growth area change from plains into forest. So and I think it goes from swamp to forest as well. So you can end up with many more forests, and this is what these guys like. They actually like, you can see temples cost 300 in forest. We are a forest nation. So Ninja Wombat is saying Pangaea has blood, which can make it hard for new players. Yeah, it's sort of one of those, actually maybe, yeah, you're right, maybe late age, but let's just go with this one anyway. Blood magic, if it features heavily, I would avoid that as a new player. So that's one thing I would look at. And if we have a look, this one does have 2 blood. I know that with Pangaea you can ignore it, but some factions you just can't. Like that's fairly high blood. This one has got a 10% chance of picking up 1 in 3 chance of getting blood. So there's a 3% chance with that one. So you do actually have some blood, but a lot of the others don't have it. Most of it is just nature. So you do have a little bit of blood in here with this main Pandemoniac, and so you don't have to use it. And that's sort of where I would. That's how I would play these. If I was going to do it, I probably wouldn't bother with the blood if I was trying to sort of do it. Hi, Greg. Thanks for the support there. That's very, very cool. So becoming a channel member. So now we've got the So as I was sort of saying, this one I wouldn't worry too much about it, but it's mainly nature. As we have a bit of a look at that one, which then means that you would then go and start to structure your things around nature. So without going into too much detail, I would then just go across, click on we'll actually go and click on that one as an example. Go Shift L. Make all of these land nations, just so that you're a land nation playing against other land nations. It'll make it easier. The reason for that is that if you play with a water nation in the game, the transition of you trying to get into the water and them trying to get out of the water is too great. It makes it very, it's a real divide between the factions. Some factions have got access to water fairly early, but Pangaea doesn't. So just make it land nations. And the thing that Lucid had suggested is instead of playing the AI types as random, play them as defensive. And what that will do is it'll make them so that they won't declare war in the early part of the game. And so you've got like standard, defensive, or aggressive. And so he was saying that the defensives won't declare war until quite late in the game, which gives you time to do what you want to do. I thought that was a really, really good tip. And also now, because the game is much more complicated than it is, just right click and change those to easy, just so you've got a bit of time to sort of get used to the game. So that's how I would set up the game. Then just click on OK, and then OK again. But have a good look at those units. But I've done videos on how to set these sorts of things up. But so I won't go through this. And this is really where the other tip I would give you here is that when you do choose something, if I just press R, it just randomly chooses a particular mage. Actually, I don't like that one. I'll find something that's got more nature. Just go with something. I'll just keep on clicking R until we get end up with a nature mage. There we go. We've got this this particular god. So it's more of, and this is actually not good at all, to be honest, for our particular faction. But it's but this would be the way that this would sort of come through. So if we were going to use this one, what you then do is just use Shift # everywhere, and you can save your current pretender design. Always do that. So when you find something that you like, and I don't like this one, but if I go Control S, it will then ask me to save the god. And this is cool to be able to do it from here. It means that if you make a mistake, you can come back. Like if I just call this one test, and click on OK, and just click on OK, and yep, that's its name, OK. And then I think, oh, hang on, no, I don't want to do that one. It's very easy for me to then just come back. I have to set all these things up, unfortunately, but if we just go back into to Pangaea, Shift L, I'll just leave it on the other one so you get the idea. But when we come back in, and here I can actually then just go Control L and load in that particular one. And then if I'm thinking, okay, well, look, I really wanted to change, I wanted to have growth, which means that I have to get rid of something else. What can we get rid of? We'll just do that for now. So let's just say that's what we end up doing. And again, just like, experiment around and sort of see what you like. Just go Control S again. So this is test 2. There we go. And so so we now actually have 2 saved. You can actually also have a look. If I go Control L, I've now got both of them in there. So it's a good way to tweak as you go. So it's a great way to learn the game. This way also, when you come back in, you can see what you did, because back in the old games, it was quite difficult to actually get a feel for what you'd done, like what your decision making was. And so this allows you to very quickly do it. Back in 5, I'm pretty sure you couldn't do that in 5. Let's have a look and see. We'll do it in 5 and see what we end up with. So if we go into, I'll just go into Escape, quit without saving, Create World, Random Map. Okay, God, it's clunky in comparison. Test, okay, Middle Ages. Just a few more in through here. You can do the Shift L here again and still get the random land nations. Pangaea is further down. They've restructured the numbering of these, because these are sorted by the theme of where they come from. And so, for example, I think that they've put Pangaea and Asphodel, for example, are very similar. All of the Nordic are down through this other side as well. So they've got them sort of in different places, and then all of the water at the bottom here. So the numbers have changed. If you're a modder for the game, it's going to be you have different numbers. So if we just go across the Age of Bronze, we'll just click on OK. Still see the same sort of thing in this sort of area. It's the cost of temples has gone up, by the way, from 400 to 600 in the base game. But so this one is still half price, but in the Dom 5. So there's a lot of little changes like that do make a difference with your gold and your income, etc. Looks very similar in this sort of sense than what we sort of saw there before. You've still got the Pandemoniacs and the Pans. This will still be a blood magic unit. Just click on OK. Now, if I go Shift question mark, you don't have, you can load a pretender god, but you can't save them from here. And so this actually, there's so much more you can now do. Just it's little things like this that make 6 so much better than what it was. You still press R and get like a random god, but you can't save your god from here. And so it's quite different the way this one does work. There's so much more bless effects in this one here, but it's overkill. There's too many, and so now you have to sort of really consider it when you do anything. Anyway, that's where we are with that one through there. So that's I'll just go back to 6 again. So I'll just go okay, and I'll just cancel it back out of there because we want to go back into our game. So we'll just cancel all those. But it's so much nicer. It's funny how when you start 5 up again, it's like, oh God, this is not comfortable to play. So anyway, let's just go back and continue the old game. We're just playing the live stream. Play that one through there. Now, your Unicorn Knights aren't sacred in Dom 5, which is pretty big, says you star. Yes, yeah. It's yeah, so Josie's saying that it is easy to pick up, but becoming good at it is another matter, though. Yeah, and that's one of the good things about it. Actually, again, one of the things that Lucid had said, I think in one of his videos this week that he's actually been releasing. I've been watching Battle Modes and Lucid's videos while I have lunch, sort of getting to bits and pieces. But he sort of said that, like in chess, the chess masters have they know the patterning of chess, but Dominions is deeper than chess, and there's still no one's got even close to scratching really deep beneath the surface. There's always new things to discover, and so this is one of these games that you can always find a different way to play it, and that's one of the really, really cool things about the game. We're talking about the manual there. So Greg's saying, yeah, I'm a sucker for a game with a manual. The manual is unbelievable, like 440 odd pages of incredible information. It's a good read as well. Yep. So Walter Byrne is saying they're improving the single player a lot, so it should be easier. Things are a lot more well documented online nowadays. Mastering the game is very difficult, though. Yes. So and then Killer Gami is in saying, so I can focus on buffing normal dudes that won't get nuked as soon as they enter the battlefield. Sort of. I had a massive group of big frost giants, like the biggest in the game. Basically, it took them into a territory that they all got wiped out. So it's there's still things that do happen, and it's an Iron Man type game. So you can't easily save where you are. Like there's a way around it, but it's not within the game. So when you make a mistake, you can't save scum. I sort of almost wish there was a way to save scum. I think it would be helpful. That's another thing I think is helpful for new players. I can focus on buffing. Yeah, normal dude. Yeah, I've done that one. So what's the point of beta? To give feedback? Yes, it is. Agree 100% with that, actually. And it's also, I think whenever I go into any beta, I always think in terms of if I was brand new to the game, what would this be like to me? So I am hypercritical of it from that aspect. I hate getting involved in a beta where half the beta testers are doing it for their own expertise level and not for a beginner level. And I find that information should be presented from a beginner level, like as a feedback, so that it's approachable. But this is a game where there's been a lot of consideration as to how to make things as clear as possible. It's impressive, actually, just at how, like having a look at just how intricate the actual when the developers are looking at the game, they're really looking at how can we. It's a complex game, but how can they make it more simple for people to understand, which is great. The manual as well, it's really curated. It's incredible. So it's an amazing game. Eddie Borgame said one thing you can do in DOM 5 is choose darker fonts for easier reading, if that's a thing. DOM 6 should offer that option as well, I hope. I'm not sure where that would be. So I'm finding this so much easier, but I have made it larger. So it's easier. It's actually very comfortable for me to be reading this. Then we've got Pangea has blood, yeah, which can be hard for new players. Yeah, we did that one. Appreciate you going through this. Yeah, that's not a problem at all, Greg. Not a problem. Isambard is saying this is definitely helpful. It's a great game. Pangea versus Water Nation is the meme of the horse on the beach. Yes, yes, it's yeah, it is actually, isn't it? It's sort of funny. But anyway, so Pangea has a hard time getting into the water. So playing against other land nations just makes it a little bit easier for you. But there's so many changes in this game. Like you've got you've got different planes. Like we're on the first plane, the Pantocrator plane. Then you've got like the realm beneath, which is number 2. And so this is actually a realm where we haven't really had a good look at this yet. We've cracked into a little bit of it. So we've got a couple of entry points underneath. So this is actually the underworld, which is now essentially the whole area is now an underworld level. We haven't explored a lot of it yet. We probably should do that. I probably should get some scouts and start to send them down underneath to see what's down that way. We do have one that we've coded. I can just see it down through there. So one of them is moving into that location. This is a frozen area underneath. Okay, so if we go back into, if I go now, the last one, this is the unknown plane. This is really interesting. This is completely new to the game. You've got actually up to 9 different planes. You know, the main one, the underground, and then 7 others. Well, actually 6 others, because this one is always part of the game as well. And what this is actually, if you've read the Wheel of Time books, in the Wheel of Time, they go through these portals, these magical portals, where it allows them to travel very quickly across the world. But when they're in there, they get chased down by different horrors and different sorts of well, they are horrors essentially. And this is exactly what this is. When you get to the late game, you can get access into this particular portal, and if wherever one of these portals is made, because you actually make these, you construct them. Where you construct it, you can then travel through this portal, and then come out anywhere in the world where there's another one of the portals, no matter who makes it. And so it allows this portal travel, which is really, really interesting. But if you spend any time in there, horrors will come and attack you. And so it's really, like the Waystones, like the Waystones from Wheel of Time. And so but in this case, you're making them yourself. So you're making them wherever you want, to go wherever you want. Essentially, you have to still have a group at the other location to make them, but it's going to allow armies very quickly to travel to specific locations. And once they're built, they can't be unbuilt, and anyone can use them. So it's going to be very, very interesting to see how these actually are implemented and how they work. So that's a level 9 spell. If we go to, no, I won't bother doing it through here, but that's a level 9 spell. It's does it give horror mark? I'm not sure. Actually, I will have a look. So if we go into our spells, it's under Thaumaturgy, level 9. So if we go down to the last level, and it is, I think it's Nexus Gate. This one here, you need 5 astral, 3 earth to be able to cast this one, and 40 astral pearls to create a Nexus Gate or a Waystone type gate, or a Waygate, or whatever they're called in Wheel of Time. And so in this instance, the caster inscribes and enhances a great stone archway, creating an arcane portal to Nexus, a place between places. Armies may hereafter use the portal to enter Nexus. Nexus is connected to all active Nexus gates. An individual and armies in Nexus may leave through any gate, even those created by other pretenders. The Nexus gate is permanent, and once created, it cannot be dispelled. Dwelling in Nexus for longer than necessary is not recommended, as it is located in the void where horrors thrive. So you don't get horror marked, as in they're not going to attack you, but they can still attack you inside the Nexus plane. So this is actually a permanent new plane in the game, which has never ever been here before. So it creates a permanent gate between the current province and Nexus. So that's actually what that one does. That's going to be it's a long way back in the spell, you'd have to sort of, if you really needed it, you'd have to get there, and quite often people don't bother with Thaumaturgy, so that's an interesting one. But that's actually going to make Thaumaturgy quite fascinating for the end game, to be able to travel through those waygates. But anyone can use them once they've been established. So you want to make sure that you really are dominating before you start to build them. And that's the Nexus plane, which we don't get to see. That's the unknown plane, the Nexus plane at the back. All right, let's continue on playing. So we are playing, we're 19 turns in. So like Conquest of Elysium, that's neat. Yes, there's a lot of things that have been added in, a bit like Conquest of Elysium with the changes. So, and it's funny because I keep on finding these things where, like, I only found that spell today. So, not that I used it, but coming across it, we sort of started to look for things. Like, people will ask questions, and so I'll start to have a look to see what's where. Anyway, we're going to be attacking through here. I'll just press N. Everyone has now been moved, so I think we can just end our turn. I'm putting this on. We've got good treasury, so 1400. I'm building. They're still building this one through here. We have built here. This one's just waiting, and we've built. We are trying to build another palisades back into this other side. We have built a temple here, and we have claimed this throne. So this is the throne of the Second Age, and so this one here gives us two dominion spread, and blessed troops get strength +1. Now we have a fair few in here. I will go back and I don't think I've got to save the money for anything, so I might as well just go back into here and just keep on building up this particular group. Now we've got probably enough sacreds with that one through there. We've got probably a big enough group there, maybe a few more there, but I mainly want to be getting these now. So, and we want to keep on getting more and more spellcasters. Man's such a good one to play actually as an entry level into the game, because you do have a really good mix of the units are good, they're good and strong. The magic casters are good as well. So if we just go back into recruitment, I haven't bothered getting any of these crones because they come in old age, and it means they're not going to last for long. At some point we will, but we won't do it yet. I'll keep on getting these mothers, which actually do 14. I could actually, if I'm just wanting to get these do 10, which still isn't bad, and they're very, very cheap in terms of gold. So I might start to bring a few of these Daughters of Avalon in, and we can get more Logrian. I'll get that one there. These when the cavalry get killed off, eventually the riders come back to the capital and can then be recruited. Actually, I think they can be recruited anywhere. So we had one extra had been there because he'd wanted back in. So it just means that we only have to sort of then buy his horse. Things are modelled incredibly well. So we want to get a heap of these, like a heap of them, and that'll probably be enough. Just get a few of these as well. Just flesh that out. All right, that will then give me a good solid stack for the other army that we're going to be building. So we'll exit that one. Actually, I'm just thinking, should I grab this one here, or should I get a another commander? These have got good leadership. These do as well, though. So there's got identical leadership. These are even better. No, they're still the same. Okay, so these Lord Wardens are only one commander point, but they do cost a lot more gold. I think I'll just keep it the way it is. That's fine. Still got a fair bit of treasury, so if we need to build anything, we'll just keep that one stored up. This one's auto-searching now for sites. We have to find more gems. The nature gems are doing very, very well. Let's have a quick look and see what are we doing? We're trying to get to alteration level 5. If we have a look at alteration 5, what does that one give us? Why are we going there? I can't remember why we went here. Oh, I can't think of what that's for. Why would I go to alteration? It doesn't. Oh, there it is. It's alteration. There it is 5. You see here. I want Mother Oak, and I've now got enough gems to cast it. So I'm going to. When we get to that, we're then going to be able to go and do a whole lot of other things as well. So we're going that way. Then we're going to construction level 5 as well, and then we might as well just go and get a few other things like conjuration. I won't, without even really looking at it, I can just get a lot of these level 0s. So I'll just go and get these up to level 1, which will just give me a little bit there. Yeah, so it's for Mother Oak. That's what we want. So Mother Oak is a spell that gives you a lot of nature gems, and we're getting +5 per turn, but we want to get more than that. So we want to get heaps and heaps of them, because we are very much a nature and glamour area. Is gem income worse or better? It's pretty much the same. Actually, it's harder to find the sites, but there are more unusual sites, like back over through here. The Shop of Strange Items, for example, just gives us 1 glamour gem. Bullfolk, I think, was an old one, but I have had a hard time finding other sites. So I've got a bit of site searching going on around the place. Let's just go back in. Everyone's now moved. Let's end our turn. Okay, Brian's saying, one thing I always found difficult in Dom 5 is if your surrogate died, you didn't necessarily know, and it was hard to find him if you had a lot of leaders, because you can do some things in the right territory. Do you mean like your prophet? Is that what you mean? So if you're meaning the prophet, there's more information now about different things. So so there's a few different things. So here we go. One rider without mounts has made their way back home and can be recruited again. And so this is, for example, one of the riders from that we have with the Logrian cavalry. We've got a few different battles going in. Actually, here we go. We've had some accidental battles. Actually, it looks like they've attacked us. Anyway, we'll find out what this actually is. So we've got one rider came back in. We can see a battle where one of the other factions is now attacking independents. Now, unfortunately, it doesn't remember the settings from session to session, so I'll just set up the sessions. So this is Abyssia attacking something. We go to team coloured squares, show the grid, and show the combat round. And I'll just put the detailed combat battle log on. So nothing too tricky in through here. They've just got like human breds from Abyssia. So these have got fire resistance. So they do like the fire. These guys are. This is interesting. These are Abyssian cavalry from Abyssia, and their morale should be... Oh no, it's still okay. I thought they'd be a bit further down with what we're sort of seeing through there. They do actually have a salamander, but this one's actually already got battle fright and a limp, so it's been in other battles. It is experienced, and does like firepower. It likes the heat. So this is sort of like almost like demon sort of style. This is one of these ones that it's difficult to use. And then they've got a whole heap of kobolds, are they? Cynocephalian warriors, which is actually a group. I don't remember them in 5, but this is actually, there's now a faction that uses these in Dom 6, and so these are sort of kobolds. They're big dog creatures, and so they're sort of going to be coming through. We'll just unpause and just let it go. This is a battle starting in Tunnel of the Lost. Now we've got a spy in here. That's how we're seeing it. So they're being blessed. So they've got their commander in here. They're not blessable though. Where's their commander? There it is. So this is their prophet. Sorry, that's their prophet there. But I'll show you how to find the prophet fairly easily. This is the same in Dom 5 or Dom 6, whichever versions. So they're now sort of hitting these guys. Another change we'll start to see is we're going to start to see these maybe impacted by clouds. Actually, they're not. I don't know if they're generating heat. I think it's this one over here that's generating the heat. Yeah, see in this square we've got a couple of these guys, and there is actually a cloud effect, which is a heat cloud. That's new to the game, so that's new to combat. So doing a bit of damage, but I think Abyssia will get it. So Abyssia is underneath that portion of the map. These will run very, very soon. Oh, they've done a fair bit of damage there. What's this one? It's a shaman. Yep, doing damage. So we'll just go back to a simpler area. You can sort of see independent armies are now routed. Okay, so so that one's done. So we sort of see what sort of damage was done through there. So the Abyssians actually lost a lot. They had 46 going in. So this is actually a fairly big stack. This is like, you know, with their Warmaster, who is their prophet, was what was coming in through there. Then we actually attack Capria. This is actually our big army. And so we have a whole group of different things that happen. Now, at the moment, I'll just quickly go through these again. These are all of our Knights of Avalon, which at the moment are sacred but not blessed. We do actually have our prophet in the back through here somewhere. Divine Blessing being cast. Not that one. Where is he? This one, I think. Yeah, this is our prophet here. So he's casting Divine Blessing. And that will then, at the moment, these guys have got, like their morale is fine, but this will go up even more with the blessings, and a few other little things will happen as well. Now the maps are bigger. Divine Blessing. Okay, Divine Blessing has now been cast. So these are now blessed. And so the morale goes up. They have Blur, which makes them harder to hit. They've got 1 extra hit point. They've got Strength that goes up as well, which makes their damage a little bit more. And they've got Dread, which is new in the game. This is actually like a fear factor, but it's a glamour one for fear. And so what this one does is, if any of these have True Sight, and we can't see, none of the others are casting anything, but if they have True Sight, then what will end up happening is the, don't think any of these do. They've got Dark Vision, but that's not True Sight. There's an Undead. And so if they have that, then they're going to be able to see past the dread, and they won't be impacted by the fear that's created by it. This one's undead anyway, so they're not going to be impacted. But these will. And we'll smash those. So the cavalry are coming in the other way as well. Now this is the long spears that we were looking at before. So they're getting ready to take on these guys. We should see a lot of repels. If I just go back to version 3, you can see there that the longbowmen are hitting all sorts of different different units depending on what are these. These are Pisashas. These are Garners. So our archers are aiming at the others. Now we've got a group of them. These in through here. I forgot how these were scripted. I think these were scripted because we thought there was going to be something else coming. So I should have actually had them somewhere else in the scripting. I screwed that one up. It won't matter much, but you'll see there should be a lot of the long spears should be getting a lot, and when they start to hit, we should then start to find that there'll be. So these guys are now finished down here, and they're now coming back up to deal with the rest of these. In fact, that should be the end of them, because there won't be any more. We're now coming in behind them with our cavalry. And so in this case, we find repels when they start to hit us. They did hit us in the arm. Actually, that's interesting. But there's not very many of them. There should be repel factors coming in. So when we come, big damage done. And now they're trying to run. Now we have to be careful of friendly fire, but we have, playing as man, our longbowmen have got incredible precision. Like these have got 13 precision because of the experience they have as well. And so these do an incredible job of hitting the square that they wanted to hit. Let's just quit out of that one, and hopefully we didn't lose anything. Oh, we lost a couple. So we lost one of our long spears. We actually lost, so this one here is telling us that none of the actual cavalrymen were killed, but 3 of their mounts were. And so those 3 will then try to make their way back home again, and then they'll become available again for recruitment. So now we've got Force of Independence. We've got the, so they were basically destroyed completely. So that's all cool. The longbowmen did 16 damage, which is good. Even though there was 53 of them at the start of the battle, they're still very effective. They help enormously, and they damage the others as well. The Knights of Avalon did the most damage. There's only 15 of those in the battle, but they're sacreds now, so that's really, really cool. Okay, then we actually have now this one here, a battle in Nikia. Now this may be a mistake. No, it's not a mistake. So why would they come in here? Why would they do that? Because we're not at war with them. So this is a van. So this is actually Helheim, I think it is, or Vanheim. This is Vanheim with the Vans. These are like the elves. So Vanheim is ruled by the Vanir, a race of elvish beings descended from forgotten gods of the distant past. And so these are quite strong. They've got very good lance. We're not going to be able to survive this. So they're coming in with a whole lot of their troops as well. And so this is a Norse faction of Nordic elves. So province defense is going to fail. Now they may have come in accidentally. Yep, so they're going to be killing off our commander. And they've got like a glamour spell in through here. Actually, that's diseased. His experience. So these have been around for a while. Alright, so we now actually have our first enemy as such. So we've now made contact, and I think it may have been a mistake for them to come in here. Like, as in, I don't think that they actually meant to do that, because normally they would declare war now in the game before that would actually happen. But this is like it accidentally has came in. The construction of the castle in Nicaea could not progress because the fort was besieged. The construction can be resumed once the siege is lifted. Actually, I haven't found that to be the case. We'll see how that goes. Got a new famous hero, so we've got stories of Edred's brave deeds and his valour, have now told by bards and storytellers all over the world. One unit have lost their mounts and deserted or died on their way back. So one of them didn't make it back from here, I think. One of them did, but one of them didn't. Now, there was 3 in total, so we'll see what actually happens. But it can happen over a series of different times for that to actually happen. Now, we did search for magic sites, but none were found. Okay, so just go and exit. So now what we have is we have our castle being besieged by like a hidden group of these guys. If we now go back up into here, we now know what their blessed strategy is. Sorry, that's the Abyssians, and that's us, and then it's this one's here. And so the morale goes up and skill goes up. In fact, there we go. They've actually declared war without even telling us. the mongrels, they did a surprise attack. So they've surprise attacked us. So they've actually come through with a hidden group. You can see there that, well, we are under siege. So we need to now take this army that we've just constructed into this fight. This is good. So we've got enough units here, got enough units there. Throw those in there as well. I won't bother taking any cavalry in. And so this will be the fight. This will be what we bring in to relieve the siege. It's going to take us a little while to get there. So the siege should be fine. Now, sorry guys, I keep on forgetting to look at the chat. Yes, Super New Kitty Cat saying that Dom 6 is the same as Dom 5 with more stuff. No, it's actually got different mechanics. It's actually really quite different. Tickle My Turnip saying, I hope Middle Age Armour has some early defence, so nothing worse than getting dogpiled in multiplayer in the early game because you have a target on your back. Well, if you choose that Ermor, that's what's going to happen because you're a death nation, and so yeah, so it's not, doesn't really. So yeah, no, it's still going to be the same. It'll be the same story. Brian is saying in Dom 5 they had a huge manual storybook. I enjoyed that. Do they have the same one for Dom 6? So I plan on getting it day 1. Yes, they do. I've got a copy already in the mail, apparently. Battlemode was saying to me earlier that he's already received his. So, yes, that's an incredible manual. And it's I've got it open. This is the manual here. And so there's 400 and something pages of 446 pages of the actual manual. It's an incredible resource, incredible information. It's a good read, actually. It's just got everything in it. I like it. Do like it in PDF form simply because you can search it, but as an actual document as well. It's just a beautiful document. So anyway, that's the manual at this stage. There's still little changes being made to this one, but this will be the one that will be in the printed version, I think, as well. So it's amazing. And you look back to like Dom 6. I forget how many pages that was. Sorry, Dom 3. The manual I got for that one. It's over. I'll just go and grab it. Yeah, so this is the Dom 3 manual. It's very, very thick. Like, it's a massive manual. This one's got... oh, wow. I actually thought it was going to be bigger because it's a smaller book. But this one actually has got nearly 300 pages. So there's an extra 100 pages now in the Dom 6 manual in that other one. This has got similar stuff, but it's... and some of these, as I say, some of these are pretty cool. Like a lot of the information is the same, but they just keep on extending into it. Some of the examples are exactly the same because the mechanics haven't changed, but it's an awesome resource and a great. It is a really actually a very, very good read. How is the font in the manual? Well, unless if it's the same size manual, now would it be the same size manual? It's in 2 columns, which makes it much easier to read. I don't actually. What is this? I actually don't have this one open, so I can't see what the size of the book actually is. Yeah, I'm not sure. If I had it open in, what can we do? Help. This is view. Yeah, I can't see the actual. It's not showing me the actual makeup. If I had opened it in Adobe, it would have then given me the size that it actually would be printed in. So I don't know what size it is. I don't know what the final manual is going to be. Hopefully it's not too small, but yeah, it is a really good. It's a great book. It's very, very well done. So AMRG is in saying that tried to get into DOM 4, but the user interface was hard to get used to. Is this one any better? Yeah, so 5 was a lot better. 5, that was the biggest difference between 4 and 5, is that 5 spent a lot of time getting the user interface where there's just more information. It still looks confusing, but where this is different is you can, every single screen, you can press question mark and have a look at what you can actually do on that particular screen. It doesn't matter which screen you're on. So there's information there for you, and that is so useful. And that started to come in 5, I think. I don't know if it was there in 4, but that was a major change just to even have that, because it's so much in this game. Like for example, if I right click on one of these guys, I get taken into this one through here. If I then go and shift question mark that one, I can then sort of see exactly what I've actually got through here. Now this is it says renaming. I didn't think we could do that with one of these just normal troops. But anyway, I don't think you can do that. But anyway, that's it just shows you the different types of things that that you can then do with the different units. Actually, some of these won't apply. But this is but it's much easier to sort of get the information. And if you do that in conjunction with having the PDF of the manual open, you'll find that you will be able to just very quickly find what you're looking for and get very, very good information about it. Yeah, Super Mew Kitty Cat saying 300 pages is nothing compared. Yes, no, it's not. And I think it's just going to be I think that the actual final book. Actually, I will just open. I'll open it up. If I've still got it open, yeah, I do. If I open this up in, it may not let me. Adobe Acrobat. Then I can actually go and have a look at the help. Actually, where is it? File. Properties. All right, so this is Quarto, American Quarto, whereas this is looks like this is about A5. So it's bigger. It's bigger, more pages. So 215 by 280 basically. So it's certainly much bigger than the DOM 3 manual. So yeah, it should be okay. It should be nice to read. Just cancel that one and close that one down. So yeah, that's the size that the document was created anyway. All right, so we've got got those. We'll just go back into it. So this is going to have to be the relieving army, and this one should be able to deal with that particular army that's come through. Now, one of the things we just saw there when we had a look at this as well, we now have they've actually declared war. They've declared a secret war. I can send them a non-aggression pact if they'd like to see if they would take it, but this is okay. We needed to have some enemy, and so they might as well be it, I guess. So we'll just go with these. They've got they're known. They've only got a tack skill of 1, so they're not using a bless strategy. So morale 1 and tack skill of 1. Actually, if we go back and have a look at that again, if we just press M. Let's see if anyone uses a bless. Actually, with the blur. So these are sacred. Gift of True Sight. No one's casting bless. I'm not sure how we saw the strategy. Just go back to The lower level, yeah. No, this is not. Now they're using Gift of True Sight. That's going to stop what we have. Yeah, so they didn't actually bless them, so I'm not sure how we knew. These are not blessed. These are just sacred. So they haven't been blessed. So we must have seen an earlier battle, I'm guessing, with our scouts. I know that we did at one stage, so maybe that's how we know. So, yep, so that's okay. We've got all of those now done. So we need to get across to here with this army. If we have a look, if we look at the messages again, so the construction could not progress. We're under siege and the walls are damaged. Now, if we go back in, this is where we got like a bit more information now. At Nicaea, and through here, the fortification is here. It's it does have only 500, and they're only taking a little bit off the actual wall integrity. So we've got time to get there. So there's no real screaming rush, although they're probably going to be bringing other armies in. Actually, the other thing we should have a look at, sorry, we'll just have a quick look and see if they've got any way to get across the river here. Did they come this way, or did they somehow go through the ocean? If we go back across again to messages, and we need to learn as much as we possibly can about Vanheim, because I know that they did have sailing, so they could have come through the ocean as well. They could have sailed around the ocean and got there. That one doesn't have it. What about this? Is the Huskal. This one's also disease. So they've picked up diseases from somewhere, but I don't know where. The filthy elves. If you go to F1 and just do sort by owner, so we've got Godir the Van Hers is yeah, they've got sailing. So sailing points. So this commander can bring men with him across the sea. The total size of the men, including the commander, must not be greater than the size point value. A single unit cannot be larger than the maximum size point value. So use size points. Actually, here we go. They actually did use it. So they actually had up to size points 999, a maximum size of 5, and they used 208 worth of sailing points to get to where we are. So they did use sailing to get there. So that's interesting. So they're attacking from the sea. Like these are Norse. These are sort of like raiding elvish Norse elves. A skilled rider, experience, glamour 4. So yep, cast illusions. This one is sacred, and it is a priest. Why didn't Gudrod do? Why didn't he do it? Why didn't he make himself sacred? It seems strange. Yes, we've got Fey Horse with the van. If we have a look at that one, we've got the Fey Horse and the Van Hers separately. Oh, hang on, that is Gudrod. Okay, that's Gudrod's horse there. Then we've got the different vans in through this other side as well. Again, diseased. So these have come from somewhere bad. Somewhere very bad. All right, so that's interesting. So they've actually come and raided from the ocean. Now these don't have stealth, I don't think. Oh, they do have stealth, high stealth. These ones don't. Okay, so we're going to expect raids from these elves throughout the territory. So we're going to need to get more and more of the units now to let's just quit out of that one, because we're going to need to actually now start to have protections in the different areas. If we just swing back with our main army, I'm going to have to go into the Silver Swamps, and I can go from the Silver Swamps through this way to get up into here. I can't go from there to there. This one is doing the site searching, which is fine. Yeah, there's nothing much else coming. Actually, one thing I do need to do is just make sure, yeah, I've got Province Defence in there, and just get the Province Defence up in here as well. These are just slingers, which is very, very weak. So with this army, we'll just continue on, and then we'll move across the other way, and then come back and just start to protect our territory. So we're going to find, they're going to be, so they can go through the ocean. So they can leave, I think, from nearly anywhere and land anywhere they like. All right, time to bring Wolfnoth across. Can he make it there in one? He can actually get to there. His forces can move across here. He's got a map move of 12. Now, the reason he can do this is because if we have a look at the actual units, like he's got a 14 himself, but he's got a map move of 14. If we have a look at it, so common movement costs is the plains are 6, forests and wastes are 10, caves are 12, swamps are 14, mountains are 16. If it's got snow, it's +2. Enemy controlled is +8 or +6 for stealthy units. Roads is -4, which you don't actually have. I wish you could build them, but the minimum you can actually do with a movement point is 4. Now we've got 12, so a plain is 6, which means we can move into 2 different plain territories, and a farmland is basically a plain, and this is also a plain. So we move from there across the bridge into here. So we can just move into those 2 in one turn, which means that we're right on their doorstep for the next move. Or we move to here, and then we move into there. So moving into the swamp is not going to be possible. Like if we grab Wolfnoth, we can't move Wolfnoth into there. If I left click there, we can't. I can move to there because this is also plains. Can I move that far? No, I can't go there. I can move to there if I had to. Oh, that one can anyway. It can actually move straight to there as well. So there's a few good things. We can't move to there, it's beyond us, but we can move to there. So we're not moving directly, we're actually moving into Fenica and then moving across to Azamar. So that's where we are with that one. So we did actually look at the battle that occurred in through this other side. Let's have a look and see what's down in this other location. We'll have a bit of a look at Abyssia and just see where they actually are. And this one goes to the Resting Heights. If I right click on that one, it'll then pop me up to show me where we ended up going underground. Van is all the way through here. Yeah, they're also on the ocean here as well. But they would have sailed from around here somewhere. Okay, that's fine. So we are at war. I'll just keep on moving this one across just to see what else we can discover. Now these we do need to be looking for armies moving through these territories. And this group, just click all of these together. I wish I could move back into here. Anyway, we'll move down into the swamps. And we've got this one as well, which is sort of on the other side of the map now. Van is, where are they located? Yeah, that's Vanheim there. This is their capital. So let's move up and just sort of see what we can spot with them. Like we'll start to try to get a bit of a feel for what's around them, and we'll make a point of getting to that one. This one here, actually, was that one moving back? No, we've already got that temple there, so I'll just move this one back in here. That one can't do anything; just have to stay there. Vehicle back in through this other side. Yeah, we want to get a lab at this location. So still building the palisades. Yep, 2 months left there. So we have to be careful of the stealth that the elves have got. Got one of these, we're just going to put these into research. Now, just on the off chance that we do actually face them, let's just go and set up our scripting now while we can. These are going to have to stay in one group. I'm going to put these into 2 lines. So let's just go back across, double line formation, just so we sort of keep them fairly contained. I'll move them into there. Actually, they should be able to do it. Just leave that one back there. They're going to fire and keep distance at... and I won't give them a target, they can just pick their own target. It's quite effective now doing this way. Long spears, front line, in line formation, they're going to take the brunt of anything that actually comes, so I might just leave them back there. And we want to wait for whatever's going to happen. So let's just move them back into this side, and we'll get them to just hold an attack, and again, whatever they feel like attacking. This way the longbowmen can do a lot of damage. And the wardens, I'll do the same sort of deal. They can actually move off from the side. It would be cool to have these guys established. Do we attack immediately with these? Or do we let things develop a little bit? I'm thinking we might just leave them off to the side here. If I put them in a line formation, that's still a nice way for these to operate. And we'll just give them a hold and attack rearmost enemy. So we'll give them a bit of chance for them to move out of the way. Then these will come zipping through. I think that will be effective. Because there was a lot of their other troops were there. Then we'll move the commander just in here somewhere. That will become a bit of a target. And he will then... Oh, hang on. Doesn't he get set battle orders for Wolfnoth? I'll just go stay behind troops. Funny, I thought he was a priest. Oh, he's not. Okay, so that's... I'm glad we saw that. So we need to go in with priest level. That's not a priest either. These guys are. So these are priest level. So we want to get one that's not really all that good, if we can find one. It's going to be one of the mothers of Avalon. So we've got Glamour, and yeah, we'll probably keep the ones that are got a bit of extra stuff. So I think I'll just send it like this one of these in here. And so I'll just control click to make them move. So they'll come in with the actual army. And so if we, again, just press Y, we can then just go and script her up as well. So her positioning will also be back in here somewhere. Maybe just sort of leave that one in around this other side. And we have to give her specific battle orders. Now, I do want to make sure that she's protected because they do get targeted. So what we're going to do is we're just going to do a very quick blur, or just do something different. Yeah, I'll just go with this shrink. Someone asked that earlier, whether you've got shrink. Yes, you do. But in this case, let's just put a blur. So this one is a few soldiers become blurred. Actually, where's the blurred body? The major's body becomes blurred, transparent, and difficult to strike in melee, but still can be hit in the other one, in ranged. Mirror image. Lose your images of the caster, but they're actually putting on true sight, which overcomes this. I'm still going to put it on. I'm still going to throw that one in mirror image. That will do. Yep. So we'll do that one, and then we'll cast also blessings a couple of times because they can do this. Cast a specific spell, blessing, and blessing. So we'll just by having them paused, they should then be blessed with this one, and then we'll just do spell casting. That should be okay. So that's going to then bless our sacred troops, and that will then sort of work fairly well. I'm just going to grab myself a drink of water. I'll be right. Just 1 second. All right. So, actually saying, Super Mukity saying, if Agartha just built fortresses there, you can't pass. You still could pass, I think, with a spy, can't you? Changes the nations from summons to a turtle. I'm not sure what that's about. Sorry, I probably missed a few other comments. Anyway, let's we'll make these into a team. So that's going to be fine. This one here is fine, and we've done everything we need to do. We've still got a lot in the treasury, so we'll just go back in now and start to grab ourselves yet another commander. Now these also don't have a real lot going for them, but let's go this way and start to build up another group. So we can grab those. That's as much as we can get initially, and so we'll start to get another attack group with another one of these Lord Wardens. All right, so that's done. Next is Sextus. That's okay. That's all. Everyone done. So we've still got a lot in their treasury. I would like to get more castles. Probably here, I think. Like we're going to be going that way anyway. Let's just keep it going. Yep. So we'll just end our turn here. One thing we can do is start to build up forces here as well. So we've got, this one does actually have the laboratory. It doesn't have a, there we are, it's auto searching here at this stage. And we have actually done, we're just trying to get a little bit of trying to find other gems if we can find them. While she's here though, what we might just do is grab ourselves, actually we don't really need the temple there, but we could go get a temple. Actually, do we need a temple? Let's just do see what we can get from here. I can pick up more of these Mothers of Avalon, so I might as well do that and just get them sort of coming fairly thick and fast in here. Alright, that's good. That'll do us. Still got a lot in the treasury, so we can still start to build things. We're one turn off this one, I think, getting the castle there. Now, what are we doing there? We're also building the lab. Good. Good. We don't have any troops in this castle, so I'm going to have to get some basic troops at some point. So Fiasel, the Mother of Avalon, has found a magic site. Yes, a mud field. So that'll be earth gems, which is good because we don't have any real way of getting those just yet. So Brangwen the Blind want to search for magic sites, but none were found. We're not finding much at all, actually. 2 of Edred's crippled units died on the march. Okay, that's a shame. They can be horses. There was a battle in the Silver Swamps. So we'll just view this battle. It shouldn't be too much of a problem for us. Big troops. Yeah, this isn't going to be an issue. We should be through this one before we know it, so we'll just quit out of that one. No damage at all done to us. Knights of Avalon again leading the way. Unexpected event has occurred in Mammoth Grove. So this one here is unrest went down, which is good, and tax went up. That's great. So they've actually, this is one of the new provinces that we just got. And then we have an unexpected event has occurred in Silver Swamps. Unrest went up and magic went up. So this is actually where we've just taken over. So children of Dispring at night, strange creatures skulk the wilderness. We're under siege in Nicaea, but the enemy can no longer harm our walls. Okay, they've gone into hide mode, I think. 2 riders without mounts have made their way back home and are ready to recruit again. So let's have a look and see. It's not showing that one. Might have been their home province, maybe this one. Yep, got 2 there. So we can throw them in there. Throw them in the mix. So there's only about 60 units. Einheers, Herdman and Huskar. So we're not seeing the Vanheers anymore. The Vans and the Vanheers are gone. So they're sneaking. They're doing sneaky stuff. So we're not seeing them anywhere. All right, time for these guys to enter the fray. Let's bring them both together and we'll relieve the pressure here. And so we'll need to sort of stay, because they can attack anywhere they like along the coastline. We have to be a little bit tricky with this. Now we have, oh, here we go. That is Ulm. That is the actual capital of Ulm. All right, well, we'll go to send messages. And we can actually now send them a non-aggression pact. Hopefully they'll accept it. I don't want to be at war with them. They haven't expanded very much. Many ogres. How did they get ogres? That sounds very unlike Ulm to have that such a lot of those sort of forces. Let's just press F1 and just see. We've got Silver Swamps need a province defence. And just can I sort by that one? No, I can't. Nicaea, we've lost our province defence there. We're under siege. We're not losing anything there though. So we'll just go back into the Silver Swamps. Press D. Just get a little bit in there. So hopefully Ulm will be friendly. That would be good if that's the case. This is a big one. We've got militias, knights, and longbowmen. So this is a very similar faction to what we actually are facing ourselves. But we're the ideal faction to go up against knights. So what we should see is the knights should come in from one of the other angles. Let's have a look and see how we're set up. So we have a lot of different groups. We have our archers are like this, but we do actually have this big long group of longbowmen, sorry, long spears, and so these should be fine. We've got hold and attack closest, which is fine. These as well are back in through here, so if they do make it past, these will then come into the attack. So I still forgot to move it, but I'm happy enough with that to be in that position for this particular attack coming through. Okay, so yeah, you start saying ogres can be summoned with earth magic. It looks like that's what they've been doing. They've been spending all their earth gems on ogres, which is unusual. Now, we do want to be establishing a location here, I think, ultimately. What I might do is I might set up... who can we recruit in here? Yeah, nothing much. I can just build a commander here. I'll do that one separately. The fact that Ulm hasn't really expanded is actually quite interesting. Now this one here, we'll just won't go to where that castle is. We'll just stay away from the castles, but we'll just try to see what's happening in no man's land. Now, it looks like this is all of their territory. That's Vanheim there, and we've got Winfrith. I want to get on the other side of where they are, so we can actually get across and bypass that one. So we'll get on the other side, but this is their territory. We're now in winter. Ours is actually nice and sort of not hot, but it's just a nice temperate sort of temperature. Let's keep on going. Sextus. Okay, she's now finished what she was doing. So what we can do is just get her to... I think she was site searching. Have we done water? Yeah, we've done astral, but we haven't done water. And so we're looking for water with this one here. I'll just do auto site search with her. Yeah, we had done one water. That's how she ended up over this side. Still got one turn with the Palisades. Oh, hang on, they're all both auto-searching. No, forget that. In that case, I'll just do one of them with research. So we'll just keep on researching. Now, the actual research that we're doing is we're getting alteration level 5. 2 more turns to get that one. Now, if Ulm does declare war against us, we're going to have to keep that big army back that way. This one here can actually do some research as well. These ones do basic researching. Actually, we haven't... I'll just keep on moving. There's only 120 Bakamano shows and heavy infantries there. That's shouldn't be too difficult for Abyssia if they wanted to actually go and take that one. Let's just keep on going. Let's see what else we can find in here. Right, so we'll just go and let's do research there as well, I think. And we'll be able to then cast Mother Oak fairly soon. Then we'll be able to start to get all sorts of weird and wonderful things and deck out these commanders in a much more meaningful way. That's Sextus is fine. Sigrid has just come in. I'm just going to make him wait. We'll just go back in and do the next bit. We'll just get another Mother of Avalon, and still going to need a lot of these. And a lot of these. And if I can, I might as well get more of these as well. That'll do me. Okay, that's good. We're getting good amounts to sort of build up these armies fairly quickly from our capital. All right, everyone has moved. Yeah, we're definitely going to be wanting to build in here. This will be great. Another great location for another castle. Or there. This one I like the idea because we've got the knights as well. But and we're going to get good income there. Although this one will have probably, this has got the plains and the river. This has got farmland and the river. Yes, low in resources. I think we'll go there for the castle. This is not great for castles. So, that one's fine. We'll just end our turn here. So Aiden is saying, how does diplomacy work? It's extremely easy. If we won't see it just yet, but there's... we'll see it in the next turn, how simple it actually is. It's actually a really, really simple system. So research in alteration is now completed. So we've got the... so that one there is fine. So we'll just go... I'll show you actually, we'll just go through this one. So we've got alteration now level 5. This is awesome. Fiacre, the mother of Avalon, has found a magic site. We found enchanted well. This is ideal. This is the water that we've been looking for. So we've got some water magic, some water gems now coming back in. We'll come and do these afterwards. So accident occurred in Capria. Now we did attack Nikia back. We'll have a look at that in a minute. That'll be interesting. Unrest went up in here. Magic went up as well. Children disappearing at night. Strange creatures sculpt the wilderness. Okay, we're going to have to do something about that. It looks like there's something permanent there that we're going to have to find. The construction of palisades is completed at Kuna Eral. Yep, that's good. So we found another site there as well. They can't harm the walls, they're not strong enough. One units who have lost their mounts have deserted or died on their way back home, so they sort of missed out on coming back home. All right, so lot to look at through here. I'll show you. We'll just do these battles first. So Nikia is going to be the first of the actual battles where we're attacking back. Now they don't have any of their vans, so we're attacking them. Actually, they do have vans. They've kept them in here, so they do actually still have the vans in here. So what's gone wrong there? So they're putting True Sight back in again, which is then going to stop us. At the moment, everyone's just waiting until these get close. These are going to sit in behind this group and then fire their arrows. This group is just going to stay where they are for 2 turns. We start off halfway through round 0, and then so these will get the vans will be right on top of us. They'll be separated from everyone else by the time they reach here, and then these guys should be able to, with their long spears, hold them off. In the meantime, we'll be doing a lot more other damage. These guys will then make their way back in behind the group to then take out the commander, is the plan. We'll see if that works. There goes the... Now look at how accurate this will be. Now they're actually aiming for the back here. They're actually aiming, maybe not for that one there, but the accuracy is extreme. And so I don't know if there's another commander. Let's just press F1. Was sought by owner, and yeah, we've got Guderod the Van Hurst is the only commander there. Okay, that's all we have to do is kill him, and all of these die because they'll all retreat, but they've got nowhere to retreat to. No friendly territories. It's one of the dangers of sailing. If you do lose, you lose badly. Now we're attacking these guys. Now they're coming through. We now have been released. There will be, if we press number 3, so we should see, if I just press the minus key, you'll sort of start with the actual thing in through there. So that's all the ranged attacks. We should start to see, yeah, Longbowman hit Herdman, that's okay. The van hit the long spear in the head with the light lance for only 4 points of damage, that's not too bad. Yep, that's okay as well. So we're holding on here pretty well. 4 points of damage with a longbowman versus Herdman, that's okay. I'm really just for the long spears here. Hit the van in the body for 0. Long spear missed the van. It's going to be hard to hit them. That's why we really have to wait for the others to get to the back. I don't know if maybe I didn't do that with these. I may not have programmed them to run to the back. So we're missing the van. It's very hard to hit these. They've got incredible defense skill, so they can really sort of move in. But the more we can actually be attacking them, the better off we're going to be with that harassment. So we'll just go and have a look at the others. So these limping. Yep, that's why they're slow. but we want this one. And these guys, I think they're moving down towards the back. They don't move very fast though. Now we're casting blessings. They've only blessed themselves. That was the first bless. It's combat round 3. These aren't blessed yet. These are still just sacred. And so they'll then swing in. These will take the front. These will be sort of left out where they are. This one has taken Brattle Fright and Disease. Yeah, we should be able to eventually break through here. And they shouldn't be able to do too much damage because of the length of the spears here. So these are coming in. Now these here do a lot of damage. We have to be careful of these Huskars. They will do damage, good damage against these units. Just got to hope that these can kill this off before too much actually happens. There we go, they smashed through that one. Still no blessings coming in. Oh, we've missed the commander. So we're smashing this. We've now lost the units that were defending back in through here. Now this commander is now, he is blessed, so he's got his dread, although I think they've got true sight on now. So strength +1, hit points. He should do okay. He's got a reasonable attack skill. His protection is good. So he should be alright. But he's going to get overwhelmed here, I think. Yeah, these are vans. These are falling off their horses. Yeah, we're down to just a few there. These are chopping through these. We're not going to get this guy. We're going to be coming back up into here, I think. Yeah, here we come. Now, we are... Oh, we just lost our commander. Damn it. Damn it, damn it, damn it. That's not good. Now, she is also now going to get smacked as well. Yep, we're gone. So we now have to run. So that will be the end. If we just press F2, it should show you the armies of man have now routed. Unfortunately, we lost. We lost it, which is terrible. That's terrible. So I actually did the wrong thing with these. By putting them over, they didn't get down deep enough to get rid of him. We have killed a lot of theirs, but it's now we're going to be retreating all over the place. So we lost a lot of forces here. So that was a disaster, an absolute disaster. They're trying to make their way off. They did a pretty good job there, the longbowmen. But how many make it back? Looks like they're actually, I don't know, they're going back to attack other units. Come on, do some more damage on the way back. We've got poor defense here. Yeah, these are damaged. They're still making their way through. Looks like they're retreating as well. If they retreat off the field, if we can, yeah, they're retreating. If they stay, if they go, this one's retreating as well. If we can somehow stay on the field while these guys are retreating, and like we've got this one is still actually in the game, the Van Hers, but it could be left just him in the end. So we're still holding on here. Every single one of these that end up going off the battlefield is a win for us. He's trying to hurt us here. So we're retreating as well. So both groups are now. The longer this gets delayed, and the longer this one stays here on the battlefield, the more of these guys will then disappear off the back end. So all of these are going to be killed off. Every single one of them. It's just going to leave just this one in here. This is a real 50-50-ish sort of type thing. There we go. Now we're going to start to still run off the battlefield. This guy looks like he's fatigued. Yeah, he's fatigued. Unfortunately, we can't kill him. But by the time we get off, are we actually injured? No, we're actually... So we'll be moving at normal speed. But how many of theirs are going to be leaving? They're left with practically nothing. Like there goes the vans. They're gone. So they're completely gone. Just see how many of these go before the battle finishes. Hopefully they do make it off before we go. I think we're going to be off before they do, though. Still casting bewitching lights. Yeah, okay. The battle finished before they got off. So there's still a group of them. But God, what a battle! That was really interesting. So we lost our Lord Warden. We lost our Mother of Avalon. The longbowmen, we did lose 14 of them. All of the long spears were killed. They only did 3 damage in the end. The Wardens of Avalon, they actually only 4 of them got killed, but how many of them get back? This is going to be the tricky thing. So with this one through here, the Einheers, the Herdmen and the Huskarls are just their normal forces. They lost a lot of the Einheers. They lost more than half the Herdmen and only 2 of the Huskarls. So the Huskarls are the most damaging of them. The Vans, even though it's saying that none of them actually got killed and 2 of their horses did, in reality all of them are gone because they retreated. If we look at we don't see their retreat details, but if we look at the retreat details in here, a total of 33 units dispersed and retreated on their own. 12 of them retreated into the friendly fort. Okay, that's cool, and 8 retreated to other friendly territories. So we did actually manage, of the 33, we've got 20 of them. So we lost 13 units, which will be mainly our sacreds. Yeah, interesting. That's interesting. So. Yeah, so Kimigami saying, don't they get a chance to reappear in a province? Yes. So some of them actually made it inside the fortress, and that's actually a good thing. So we need to now go with another group. And so we've got that one. Now we have our attack going up against Midland. This will be another interesting one as well, just because there's so many of the enemy. Heaps of these big knights. And so this is another one of these things where we're going to have a lot of problems when they come up against these. We're going to have to get and do the damage before they can get there. Now, that's good. We've gone past, we're now going to get rid of the leadership. If we can get rid of the leadership quickly, which we have, they should then retreat before they do too much damage in here. This is what I should have done in that last battle, is kept these as support for this. So they now should all be running back. No, their morale is still there. There must be another unit, another leader here somewhere. This one's running because it's just a horse on its own. So its leader has been, its knight has been killed. This knight has lost its horse. But this one, we should be fine with this, but we will lose a few units. Now we've done those. Where's the other commander? Let's have a look and see. F1. If we just go back up to the owners. Because as soon as the leader's gone, that's it. There's a priest that's dead. There's a priest there that's dead. So we've killed off both priests. Anyone else? The knight commander has died. And there's this one here. Benim, the knight commander, is still alive. So he must be up in the fight, I'm guessing. Yeah, the other one is, the other knight commander is dead as well. So we need to find a knight commander. If we go and have a look, he hasn't been in the fight as such. So he didn't sort of suffer anything. And do we have any other knight commanders that we can spot? That's all of ours. They're just going to smash through those. There must be another knight commander. It looks. I would have thought this one would have been the one. There we go. That's the knight commander. This one has to be killed, and then once that one goes, we then got the rest of these. Oh, he's actually had enough. No, that's just a knight. He's had enough. So the knight commander. It's hard to tell which one's which. Is there a way to tell? He's moved into one of the spots. We're doing okay here. I mean, we're suffering a few losses, but overall it's not bad. Alright, so the problem with the first battle was scripting. This one is fine. This is a reasonably good script. Now they've actually gone through and caused us to run for this squad. But then we'll do damage in here. There we go. It looks like they're now running. Nope, they're still in there. It's just so what are these guys doing? They're coming. Oh, that group. There must have been 2 groups of knights, because these are still going. Don't know where the Knight Commander is. Just go to F1 again. Knight Commander. Here we go. Yeah, so he's affected by fear. So he must be now over fighting these guys. The Knight of Avalon hit the Knight Commander in the head with a broadsword, but didn't do any damage. The Armoured Unicorn hit the Knight Commander in the shield and the body, didn't do any damage either. Hit the Knight Commander in the body, okay, and the Knight Commander missed the Knight of Avalon. So he's still on his horse, so it's been ineffective. So he's suffered no damage. So where have we got someone on a horse that's still working? It looks like it's the same model. It wouldn't be him there, I don't think. Oh, that is him. Okay, so he's now fighting. It's now him versus a Knight of Avalon. So they'll now fight each other. There we go. He's now had enough, and he's now making his way off. Yep. So his morale is now dropped. Everyone's now leaving. So the independents have now been routed. So fear would have affected him there again. If we have a quick look and see what actually happened with him. Where is he? Just press V. Yeah, affected by fear, but just by fighting our Knight of Avalon. So he missed the Knight of Avalon there. Actually, that was the clue anyway. So yeah, they're now all gone, and we just now wrap them up. So they're going to be fairly easy to hit. These guys are still in the fight. These guys will probably go off the map, and we'll have to go and collect them again. Let's just quit out of that. Actually, that will be pretty much game over with that one. So Fango Wolf is saying, any new bow commands to not hit friends? Yeah, there are some new ones, but it's not to not hit friends. So you still, friendly fire is still a big thing in the game. Precision is everything though, which it was in the early versions as well. We do actually have, playing as man, you've got extremely high precision for the longbowman. So anyway, that was good. Now we did actually lose one Logrian cavalry mount got killed. One of our longbowmen got killed, 19 of the long spears, and most of them ran off the battlefield. And we did lose 3 of our wardens, which is still actually pretty good for where we are. Let's just go and view the retreat details. 6 units dispersed, only 2 of them made it back to friendly territory. So that will be back into the swamps, I think. Right, so we want to keep on rolling forward here and moving into this territory. Now, sorry, we were going to talk about the diplomacy. Now, diplomacy is extremely simple. Like, it was non-existent, sort of. The way it used to work was that the AI would declare war on you, and in the previous versions of the game, or you would declare war on them, literally just by attacking. So you would attack. That would then declare the war. That still can happen, which is what happened with us with these raiding Norse elves when they attacked into here. So they actually attacked into that one and caused us some issues with that. But what ended up happening there was by doing that, they declared war that way. If we go across and have a look at Ulm, now Ulm's the only other one that we've actually come in direct contact with. We've sort of been able to have direct communication with. So previously you would declare war. If you then didn't fight at all for, like, I think it was 6 months or something like that, or some length of time, the war would then end, and the AI would no longer consider you at war. But there's no way of telling if that was the case. Whereas now what we have in the game, we've actually sent off a message. So if we go into here, oops, hang on, just press, no, not messages, send S. So I can send diplomatic missives. So I can send them. I can only send them to Ulm. Now we've already sent off a message last turn, so we've already got that one happening, the proposed non-aggression pact. Let's do that again. But I can actually go and send a diplomatic missive across to Vanheim if I wanted to try to get the war ended. But you can actually now look and see what the status is, which you couldn't do before. And so you can see through here that what we have is we've got we're at war with Uxenchi, the Vanguard, the Vanheims, and then we've got Ulm through here. So Mananan is waiting, and so a diplomatic emissary was sent last month. We're currently waiting for him to return. So next month we're going to get our reply back from here, and the only ones we actually have is either war or the only things we can actually do with these diplomatic things is either declare war or to try to get a treaty. And so the treaty, but the treaties are really, really important. So Syl is saying, is a crazy body modified unit in DOM 6? I can't remember the nation from 5, but I think it was called a 5-point star or something. There is some unusual ones, but I'm not sure which one that would be. Late Age Bogarus and the 5-point angel. There we go. Crazy. Yeah, Bogarus is an interesting one. That's all full of really unusual sort of groups. Jesse's saying, what happens if you sign a NAP when the AI is sieging a fort? They should leave, I think. I don't know, actually. I don't know if they would. So is the contract or a clear path to... Sorry, is it a contract or a clear path to the nation? I think it's just if they actually... like. It's not just contact, because we know of all the others we've come across. There's no other hidden units. We've seen where they all are, so we know where they are. I think you have to have like direct border sort of work where they've actually can see your borders, which means that they can see an army. And so in this instance, this is what's happening through here. Now I'm just going to grab this army and just send it off into here because I want to be building in this other side. So we'll just go across and just press Y, because now what I want to do is make sure that this one goes in front. That's the Wardens. Yeah, that's the Wardens. That's okay. We'll just do a single line formation. So we'll just leave them up front here. That was actually a good position for those. So that way they're now our frontline troops. This one here is not going to do anything. I'll just put that into guard commander mode. See if there's any more woundeds. Yeah, we've got a few woundeds, not very many with these units. Just press the W command. Oh, we do have diseases. That's interesting. Probably pick them up from here. Let's just press enter. Let's press D. Yeah, we've only got 2 there that are diseased. None there. None there. None there. None there. These ones don't get diseased down in the bottom here. That's one diseased in through there. All right, that's okay. I'll keep these other ones with what they're doing, but these are just going to have to do the hold and attack with these particular units. And so what we'll do is we'll start to get ready fairly soon again, just to come back into other areas with these units. So we'll see if they actually do become friendly. That would be cool if they did. So we have, it looks like Brangwyn has now done all of her site searching. Oh no, she can still do a little bit there. So search for magic sites. This one is going to go off as well. That's okay. Just doing research in through that side. Now we need to come back into here again with our forces. Now we do actually have a few. If we go to T, we've got all of these guys that are now back in here. And there's not much we have to deal with, but this is still not good enough. So T back into the other side. We've still got another group that we can bring in with Secret. So we'll try again. Round 2. We'll do this one a bit differently though. So we're going to set this one up as a line formation at the front. We're going to go to the longbowmen, keep them in behind in a line formation. Actually, I might do them as a double line. And battles to fire and keep distance at anything, whatever they want. This one here is going to be hold and an attack, whatever. Hold and attack, whatever it feels like. And then we've got the warden units are going to be the protection here. So they're going to be in here this time, not on the flank. So these are just going to be in a line formation, and they're also going to be hold and attack. So they'll just attack whoever's in the front. Now we need to also send somebody else in with them. So we're going to have to send another one of these in. One of the... Oh, hang on, we've got this guy. This one's perfect for this, actually. So we'll get Idwulf. I should be making more of these and bringing them in with these guys, because that's all that they do. Is they're just a low-level priest, just monks. So if they go in with the monk, I don't think we had the monk there last time. And move that one across. press Y and have a bit of a look. So they're both at the back. Put the monk in amongst the middle of them. This one here is not. He is sacred. Actually, he is sacred. All right. In this case, with Eadwulf, we'll just go to cast a blessing, and just cast spells, which is only blessings. So he's not going to be able to do too much. But eventually, he'll then cast. Actually, if I put him in amongst these. That way he'll bless these when he blesses himself. And actually, if I do this one as well. Just get them all together. Battle orders for this one is to stay behind troops. That's fine. And, yep, that should be good. Now, that's getting these with these is actually a good thing. So we can move off with this. This is enough for us to then take that place back. So back into here. Just go back in this. These are both moving together. Back in through here. We just go back into recruit. And we want to grab another one of these, which is only one commander point. And we can then get a monk, which is also only one commander point. So we can get them as a collection in one go. Hang on, wrong ones. This one gets them, and then we've got the get more of these. Now these have still been okay, just to delay things enough. But I think we will have to get a few. Actually, that's all we can do with the recruitment points. We just have to get a few more of these. That's still not good enough just yet. We still have a lot in our treasury. Run out of resources there, that's fine. So we'll bring them across to join up with this group, ultimately. But we need to get this one back across, so we need to take this as well and then come back up this other way, this little wasteland area. So we'll just go into... I'll just bring this one up a little bit. This one should have fairly good income. Yeah, this is 134. We're going to get a lot of money from this. So next is we've got this guy, which is sort of, we do want to just watch and see when there's armies that are moving through. Now they don't have swimming, which means that they probably will still come back across this area, I think, although this will probably be frozen for most of the time. Oh, it's not yet. They're going to have to come through here. So what I'll do is, just so we get a bit of early warning, we'll just move that one into there. There's Vanheim there. Let's move that one across and look up the other side. Okay, that one still just stays where it is. Iphias has we've now finished the castle, but we now want to be constructing a fortress for 600. And we've got this one as well. Go back to research. Now what we should be doing is we've now got this guy here with the with his nature 5, which is all we need to cast Mother Oak. So we're going to go to the cast ritual spell, and Mother Oak is the one that we want. And this is going to cost me 50 gems. I've got 84. Now I can put even more in. Extra magic gems will make the enchantment harder to dispel. So there are 34 magic. So let's put another, say, 30. Or even just 20 or something. So make it, say, 70, which will just make it so that it's going to be more difficult for other people to do anything with it. Let's click on OK. So that will be then cast next turn, which is going to be awesome. This one here is still going. Now that is Machaca there. That's the capital. That one just stays where it is. Jack is still moving through. Let's just keep on having a bit of a look through. I think that may be the bottom of the where we are anyway, down through that side. That's Abyssia. have to find where Abyss... Actually, there must be more, because we have to find where their city is. All right, that's all done. We've got a lot of income. We've got more gold than we know what to do with, to be honest. So we'll just have to keep on building more castles, like over here, for example, would be the next place that we would be willing to build a castle. And build up more and more troops as well. Right, that's fine where we are. That's Sextus. Yep, that's good. So we'll just go and end our turn there. All right, so 2 months ago, we sent a herald to negotiate with the false prophet, false pretender of Ulm. Now the head of our herald has been returned to Osaka. They've declared war. This is clearly a sign of disrespect towards to remain the green. And so basically what that is they've responded, and it's now war with them as well. So that's their response, which is unfortunate. It means we now have to protect that region as well. So we did cast Mother Oak. So this is now in one of the global spells, so we can actually, and then Fiacre, the mother of Avalon, has searched for fever fens, but none were found. Now we're going to have to be careful with where we end up going, actually, because we're going to be close to where we can be attacked. Now they searched but found nothing. One units have lost their mounts and deserted on the way back. There was a battle in Tiradur. This one should be fairly easy. So we've now got the we've only got these guys in here now. Still a few mounted units. They'll be stronger than ours. I know, we did good damage there. That initial clash did very well. And then these go after the others. These are the commanders. They've gone the wrong way, but these will catch these. That should be enough. Yeah, they're now all given up. Right, that's good. We did lose 2 mounts with our low green cavalries with the charge that went in with the others. The Mother Oak has ended? What? Hang on. Unexpected events occurred in Man. A witch was caught while suffering her sentence of death by lapidation. She uttered a dark curse over the lands, a misfortune and magic. All right, that's okay. Unexpected event in through here. A sectarian movement has emerged in the province. The false prophet is preaching and gathering his flock. Faith will decrease until you root them out. Okay, we're under siege, so they can't harm our walls. That's okay. One unit has lost their mountain, deserted or died. All right, so how did that end? We cast it, and then it ended straight away. That doesn't make sense. Let's go to the globals. Where are they? Here. That doesn't make sense. That's bugged, isn't it? Yeah, I think it's bugged. I think it is. I think it is indeed. I'm going to save. I wish I could. This is again where I wish I could bring in an actual save, but unfortunately we've only got 19 and we need 50. That doesn't make sense. I'm going to take a screenshot. Actually, no, I'm just going to bear with me. I'm just going to save where we are, save game and quit, and I'm just going to go and do a save scum of what the message is that I've got, just in case they need it. So, oh, sorry, if I just go back in, I'll just go back into it again, and we do have Dom 5 running as well. I'll just get rid of that while we're here. Yep, let's just go okay, cancel, 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 and quit. Okay, so Glue is in saying in Lucid's video, I think it might be that location-based globals are bugged right now. Okay, I don't remember. I can't really open up the beta to have a look and see. Yeah, it's currently bugged. All right, so that's a shame. That's a shame because that's really what we were going to be relying on. So we lost a lot of nature gems there, 70 nature gems in one fell swoop, and we've been saving them all game. That's sort of like, that's rage quit stuff. to be honest. That is bad. Well, that I know that we're still in the beta version of the game, but yeah, that is a bad thing to have happen. So I'll still just go and do this. Actually, what I'll do is not do that. We'll go into Dominion 6. All right, so we'll have to do it without that. Yeah, so it's on saying 70 gems is not a joke to lose. I should clip that bit of it. And just make that into one of those shorts, whatever they're called. So anyway, we'll just go back into, if I go into the tools and manuals, and then just go into open the user data directory, and then just go into the save games. Now this one's called Livestream, and all I need to do is just grab pretty much the bottom ones, and then just go and do a right click 7-zip, and I'll just make them into a Livestream 7Z file. I'll just do these as 01, something like that, just so that the next one is going to be different. So that one does, oops, hang on, let's put a command. I just 7-zip, open archive. Yep. So it packed it right down. Anyway, that's how you save scum. You can always then bring this one back, so we can now continue on, and that will be then available for us to then reload in if we have to reload. So that's the save scumming. Exit. Continue. Wow, that was expensive. That was expensive. Yeah, 2% Herald. I might just see if I can find it mentioned somewhere, if you don't mind. Let's go to my, put this on my second monitor. Let's see, I'll just go and do that. Try that again. All right, just pop that over here. And just have a quick look and see if I can see it there. In the beta area. And just have a look through the bug thread. Where are we up to? Yeah, map generation, that's okay. I'm just looking through the different things. Just going through all the stuff. Oh, here we go. Here, Lucid actually reported it. Global's towed to provinces are going down. The turn they're going up. You cast Mother Oak. Same turn, get a message saying Mother Oak has ended. Same thing for Eternal Pyre. Haven't tested more, but non-province. Yeah, this is actually, that was that's what he wrote. So Lucid has already done that one. Yep, no one else has actually mentioned that one. Yep, so that's at least that's been okay. That will be fixed. They tend to be putting comments in when they have been fixed, but that one hasn't been corrected yet. But it will have to be corrected before release. That's a major one. It's a major bug. Might just write another comment in because that was on a previous page. So if you guys don't mind, I'll just. There we go. Just mentioned that I've had the same problem. Okay, so that's fine. Okay, so that's done. I'll just get out of there and bring that one back. All right, so that's good. Anyway, that's save scumming. Oh God, that's terrible. That's terrible. Okay, so. Yeah, that's really distressing actually, because that was our whole strategy from when we started this run, was to get to Mother Oak and then really pump out the nature gems, because we don't get a hell of a lot. But if we had Mother Oak, we'd be swimming in them, absolutely swimming in them. So now it's going to mean that our actual overall strategy is now quite different. Wow, that's really changing things up. We also need to start to, like if we're going up against both of these factions now, we're going to have to start to rethink now how we then go up against these van units. Now we still have these coming in. We're going to be wanting, okay, let's have a look and see. We're going to be probably decking these guys out to make them into sort of some sort of thug unit, I would think, these Lord Wardens. Now we can see through here that they've got a full helmet and a full chainmail. They're ambidextrous going in with their broadswords. So technically they can do a lot of damage. So RP is saying Dominions is the best. Not when you lose 70 gems, it's not. Okay, so Internet Bassafil is saying Legend has its summons. Summons are priced for better general use availability. Has that been your experience? What's your opinion? They're I've only been using only once in one of the playthroughs, where I was trying to had giants and I needed to have smaller creatures come in amongst the legs of the giants, and it was they're actually I can't remember what they were like in 5, to be honest. I think they like I never actually brought that particular group in. They seem weaker, to be honest. Like they're certainly the in battle. Like we're not seeing the big skelly spam stuff that we used to see in Dom 5, so I haven't seen any of that at all. Unless it's just a multiplayer type thing, but there's not a real lot of undead that come in when you cast those. So if anything, it's all been nerfed right backwards. Now these are large, so they're only size 3. They've got protection. So what do we want? They've got full helmets and full chainmail, so we don't need these at all. They could certainly use boots, but then they're going to be on their own. I'm thinking of boots of quickness or something like this. We could give them an actual special swords. We can give them like 2 swords because they're ambidextrous, or we can give them like 1 sword and a shield, which is to give them even more better protection. We can go either way. It's not going to really matter whichever way we do it. So we could do that one. The broadsword itself is only damage 6. We could certainly replace those and have him with magical swords. So that would actually be good. If we could get the attack skill up, that way we'd be able to get the damage skill, the damage amounts up as well. And so we can do boots. We can do swords in there. Magic miscellaneous items as well. Now we don't actually have anything. Now there is another thing there's another area in the here we can have a look at, which is the magic item overview. And so what this one does is it shows us what we've got equipped where. So we've got this is all we actually have with whether it actually is. So if we open this one up, we can see that Cinerath has actually now got the. Actually, I meant to show how to locate your profits. Sorry, I'll show you that one before we come back to this one. If you're wanting to find where the profit is, the easiest way is just press F1 and then have a look. You've got the different commanders in through here. And so when you have a look at the commanders, these will be the darkish areas. So anywhere where there's a dark area will be leaders. This last column is all to do with priest levels. And your profit is always going to be at level 3. And so the only level 3 that we have is Simmerith back into this other side. So it shows what items they've got, but also what level they are. So that's the easiest way to very, very quickly. And I don't know if you can. I don't think you can actually. You can't select it. Actually, let's stop that one. I don't know what that one is. Hang on, I'll just do that again. F1. Not sure what that's showing. That seems to be sort of filtering by that, doesn't it? Just try that again. I haven't tried this before. So let me have a look and see if there's any other things you can do. Okay, so yeah, so F is show only fire mages. So we can go with show only priests, so P. So you can actually do it that way, even better. So just press P, bang. Here, and that's still showing the other things. It is filtering out by everything else, though. Hang on, I'll just see if I can do that. Is there another way to hide? Hide province details, X. So X and then P potentially. X. It still shows where we've got these commanders and then P. Yeah, okay, that's still that's. Hang on, if we do X again. Yeah, we're getting more information when we show this. So we're sort of seeing more about the province actually when we do that. All right, so X will turn on the province information on or off. This is all new to me. This is all different. So that's hide show commanders as tab. Yeah, so you've got all these different things. So these are the actual orders, so you can actually see everyone with specific orders. But P would be the priest, so that would actually at least filter this out, so you're only getting the priest level units in through this other side, and then essentially what they are. So it's easy to find them that way. So anyway, that's have they done anything to make blood hunting micro easier? I don't know. Actually, I haven't tried a Blood Nation yet. I'm assuming they would have, because these sorts of filters are going to make life pretty good. You've got all sorts of details in here now. Let's just get rid of that one. And the other one that we're looking at through here is just to see what equipment is available. You do have bigger areas now in this one as well, and you can actually sort these out yourself. They don't just all appear in through here, so you can drag them into slots. This is much bigger than in 5. So there's a lot of stuff to like, but I think what we need to do now is go back in. What are we going to build? So let's just go back in and have a look at the back in here and look at what we can start to deck out. Oh, she's already been diseased, so she's old. 77. How old is she? She's 75 is when they get old. All right, so they're coming in at old. That's the only one I think that we have that's in that category. Right. So with that in mind, we need to try to sort this out. Normally growth helps with this. All right, let's go back into here. Forge magic items. What can you forge? So we've got Hunter's Knife, Thorn Spear, Vine Whip, Pixie Spear, the Toy Sword. Yeah, it's not going to do anything. Then we've got the Blade of Grass, which does 7 magic damage, armor piercing. That's actually not bad. So we've got attack 2, defense 2. Extra effect on damage, draw blood. Wow, actually that's pretty cool. Glamour and Nature. So he can make these for these special units. So we're going to thug out these units now. That's the only thing we've got left to do. So we'll go with the. Actually, you're saying I'm not sure about the micro, but I know that they added a section for blood income in the score graphs. Yes, the score. Actually, we haven't looked at the score graphs. I'll just see if we can find anything in through here. Thornstaff. Gloves of the Gladiator. It's a 2-handed weapon. No, we don't need that. We don't need that. We don't need that. We won't need these either. And we know that we don't need armor or helmets. And we do actually have Ranger's boots, which we don't need. Birch boots. I don't need that either. Silent boots is another stealth, and then we have long strides. We don't need that either. So those boots we don't need, but there may be other mages that can do more with that. Now we do want to get the enormous cauldrons of broth at some point, but we don't need to do it just yet. So we've got 2 slots for miscellaneous items. The snake ring. We've got the handful of acorns. Gives magic command. There's just a bit of noise outside. I'll just see what's going on. Hang on. That's all right, someone's here, that's okay. Right, so we've got this one here is the Barkskin Amulet. This is going to give Barkskin. So grants natural protection of +7 maximum up to 10, or +1 if already 9 or higher. Also incurs susceptibility to fire. Now that won't worry us. Fire is not a problem for us. That's a good one. It affects the mount as well, not that it worries us. This is a nice cheap one, actually, this Barkskin Amulet. To get our protection up that high, to get another +7, because we're only human, that's actually very, very good, I think. So we might just go and start pumping those out. Cat Charms is going to give Beauty +1, so Beauty makes it more difficult to resist seduction, attempts by this unit, which we don't do. Defense skill goes up by +4 with this one here. Again, this is going to make it harder to hit us. So that's a good one as well. That's 2 nature. All right, so we've got Cauldron is okay. Pendant of Luck is Glamour. So we end up with Luck. So and Luck is going to just make that. So yeah, that would sort of push our numbers up a bit. The Amulet of Clarity, Disbelieve, we don't need that one. That gives True Sight. Tablecloth, that doesn't matter. And the Gossamer Cloth, that veils an army, which we don't need. Yeah, we don't need that either. So okay, so I'm liking the look of these, like these down in here, particularly these two, to get our defense and our protection up. If we keep that in mind, if we go back in and have a look at this unit, so a defense skill is only 11. It's 13, but then goes the armor and shield defense modifiers goes to -4. Weapon defense goes up by +2. So it's yeah, this is actually a problem with the full chain mail. We're not going to be able to do much about that because I don't really want to be replacing those with other things. We'll have a look and see if we can find another way to create a better sword. But I do quite like the idea. Now, the protection at the moment, he's got a basic natural protection of 0, which then gives him basically 18 and 21 on the head. Add another 7 to that, and he's going to be very hard to actually damage. Now, the dodge, he doesn't have great dodge. And I think luck may be better. So Death Meat Bag is saying, so I guess Barkskin got nerfed at 7 natural protection and not 10. Yeah, so it's just 10. It's just just 7. But that's still good for us. This is good for us. That's going to work out fairly nicely. We already do have stealth as well. And let's have a look at some of the others. So we have Nature Mages in through there. There's someone with a bit of earth. Let's have a look and see what they could do. Forge Magic Item. They've got a few other little things that they could actually be bringing in if they wanted to. Braces of Protection. This one gives protecting the head and the body. Defense goes up by 2 as well. That's actually not bad as well. So that way we wouldn't worry too much about the defense, but this would then take us up even higher. So we'd end up with we'd be very, very hard to damage in the attacks that would then be coming through. Lodestone is magic resistance. We don't really need that at this stage. Cat's Eye Amulet, Dark Vision, we don't need that either. The Clockwork Bird, warning chance. So yeah, we don't need that one. Handful of Acorns, we don't need that. Yeah, I think these in here, that one's not bad as well. If we've got the Earth Gems, we do actually have some Earth Gems, so that's actually good. The boots, Ranger's boots. Yeah, we saw them before. Birch boots, boots of giant strength. These are good as well. This would actually then dramatically increase, well, not dramatically, but it would increase our damage by 5 with our swords. So that's actually a really good one as well. It does cost all 5 gems though. Then the boots of the behemoth with trample, we don't really need that. Okay, that's actually pretty good. Back in with the swords. I quite like this Blade of Grass, to be honest, just going in with a couple of those. Vine Whip. What about some of these? Yeah, we don't really need these. The Axe of Sharpness. Attack goes up by 2. Does great damage. That's a good one as well. It's actually with magically charged sharpened edge is so cut through most armor. So it's armor piercing as well. And it's magical. That's a real lot of base damage. Wow, actually that's very, very good. Sort of sharpness is 10, armor piercing 2, 2 defense, length 1. We want length 1. That's length 1 as well because we're ambidextrous. God, which way do we go? Take 2 defense 2. This one just does slightly more damage. That's all it is. So it's just 1 point more damage. It does. They both do slash damage. Okay, so reinvigoration is. I don't know about for thugs because this one still will be working with other forces. I don't think I don't think he's going to be fatigued. I think he's going to, because we're not going to make him into a super combatant, but we will make him into. We'll make all of these guys into thug units, which means that they still will have their army. They'll still go into the fights. They're just going to be a very, very powerful unit in amongst the rest of them. So I won't worry about reinvigoration with these guys. The encumbrance I don't think is terrible. I quite like getting a couple of these. That's going to make our attack go even higher with 2. And the Blade of Grass also has 2. With extra defense, we can get Draw Blood. And the Draw Blood, yeah, special. Yeah, okay. And this one we do have the gems for as well. So let's go and deck out an Axe of Sharpness along with a Blade of Grass for our guy, and then we'll go with the Boots of Giant Strength, which is going to then chew up all of the gems that we've got. And then we get these two, which are just going to be both nature. So we've got like lots of nature, unfortunately. So we'll be able to deck out one of them initially. So let's just do that now, and we'll get rid of this guy over here, and then we'll start to sort of build up an actual super commander type thing, or a thug unit. So we'll just go the difference between a thug and a super combatant. A super combatant can go into an area and destroy a province on its own, and they do get tired, and so they do need the reinvigoration. But a thug unit is more just they'll go in either with other thug units, or they'll go in with another army and just sort of do it that way. So in this case, I'm not planning on using these units away from other units. We will need a way to actually bless them as well. So they need to go in with a few other units. So they're not going to be able to get away with it. So anyway, let's just go. This one does a lot more research. So let's just put this one back onto research. And now we'll go and use this one here to forge magic item. And we will forge the Boots of Giant Strength. So we'll grab those. This one here, forge magic item. Blade of Grass. This one, can they actually forge magic item? They can do it. Actually, that's better. I'll do it that way. This one can just go back to research. So we'll get the Blade of Grass in there. This one can go back into forge magic item, and the Barkskin Amulet. Yeah, it's only one. This is a 2. So we'll get that one. So the Barkskin Amulet. Then we've got this one here. Now we've still got, we're only getting +1 of these per turn, which isn't great. We're going to have to spend some of our glamour gems now that we've lost all of those nature gems. So we'll go in this one here, forge magic item. Now the cat charm. Oh, we don't have enough gems. I've only got 9. Okay, so we'll have to go and make more gems. So we'll do that. That way we'll get the cat charm. I don't have the Pendant of Luck. Would luck be better, do you reckon, than the cat charm? The defense would be okay. I think luck's going to be better actually, because we're going to get hit. We're going to get hit, and particularly if we end up sort of being surrounded. So I think we go with the luck charm. That way we do actually have the gems to do that one. So that's got the luck charm. And who else have we got in here? Well, we can thug this one out. So this one can be the thug unit that we actually then bring in. So we'll get this one prepared. And so they've now done all those. And we need to now go and get ourselves... So we've got the blades of grass. Have we got 2 of those? No, we're now out of... No, we've still got the gems to do another blade of grass. So if I forge magic item, I think we have to do now is just get the... well, we can't get the extra sharpness without getting the other units, but we can go and grab another blade of grass. Again, this is not as much damage. These are still armor piercing though. This is the... So we just need to get the hits, but we've got the extra strength coming in anyway. I think that this will still be good. And we've got the draw blood anyway. So I think we'll just go that way as well. So we'll go and grab one of these to just go and forge magic item and a blade of grass. All right, that's good. So we're down to just 4, and we are getting +5 of these per turn. So we will get the nature gems back up again fairly strongly, and then we'll give this to Isambris. Yeah, although we do have Edred. Edred has got a lot of experience and heroic ability. Yeah, he's got valor. He would be by far our best one. Like he's got even better strength and all sorts of things because of his experience. So he's actually a much better. Oh, he can actually go straight to there. All right, now we do want to stay here because we're now going to have a problem with Ulm, and they're going to come after us, and we're going to need to protect ourselves from Ulm. Yep, so let's go into here, and we'll set this one to preach the teachings of God. We'll set this one to construct a building, so the palisades. Actually, we'll do this one. This one can... Oh, that one can still build a temple. Okay, we'll do that. So we'll just start building in here, and then we'll sort of make this into a bit of a stronghold for us. And that one we're going to end up with resources are low at the moment, but we will get a bit more once we actually get this thing established. And then we will go this way. In the meantime, we're building up this area. Yeah, I'll do it that way, and then we'll end up with another castle in here. Yep, nothing else we can do there. Okay. So that's actually now got all of those ready. So we've got a lot of stuff happening there. We'll just go back into this side. We'll grab ourselves another Mother of Avalon. Actually, we can... Yeah, we'll do it that way. We're going to need to get more of these guys. Actually, that's -2. So we just need to make sure the holy points are with us with this one. Get heaps of these. Just go that way. That'll do it. Just get more in there. Eventually we're going to need to do more over here. Okay, so this group go into this side. Now we've already decked out this one, so we can sort of see that they're going to be fine going back in. I won't bring these out. I'll just bring these in themselves. So this should be okay now to finish off this next one. So just quit this one. All right, next. And now Brangwyn. Actually, what can we build with her? Forge magic items. Because she's actually got astral. And there may be some other things that we haven't considered. Yeah, it's ore. It's glamour as well. Nothing there. Nothing much really that we haven't seen before. So there's really nothing there for us with her. So I'll just get her to... I'll just move her back home. Oh, she's only got map mover 4. She's blind, which slows her down. And old age. All right, so we'll just leave her where she is, and she can just do research from there at this stage. They're all researching. That's all good. The others, yeah, that's okay. This one is auto searching back in through here, which is fine. So she'll just do some looking in this side to look for more water sites, which you won't find in the desert, I don't think. This one here, I'm just going to keep this one where it is. I'm just going to shift W and just make it hide and wait at that location, just so we can start to see other units as they come forward. 30 many units coming back into this other side. And we can cross there. And that's all we've got left is these units there and this one here. Now, Abyssia. We didn't actually find Abyssia, did we? Let's just go this way and just see if we can find more. Yeah, there's nothing else there. It's got to be deeper in here. This must open up even more. And we're back to just these again. Okay, so I think we'll end our turn here. Yeah, we should finally be able to beat this group. I'll be very surprised if they beat us this time. So there was a battle in the Ogden Merc. So they're attacking us. This is just a province defence battle in here, which is not really a big problem. They're bringing a lot. This is interesting. They're bringing a lot of these in. These are just heavy cavalry, but they're very experienced. Now, do they have their own commander, I wonder? F1. Got the hearse there. This will be Durand the Great. This will be a mercenary. They've got a lot of forces here. Fiacre is Mother of Avalon, who hopefully will run away. I think she was. I think she may have been sight searching. Wouldn't have been part of this group. Yeah, there's actually these might have run away from the other battle. So she has blessed these, but we're not going to win this one. Yeah, these are leftovers from the other attack. Yeah, they're smashing us. We've got the others to run. Yep, it's all gone. Okay, so that's no good. Yeah, so we lost everything basically. And Nikia will view this battle. Yeah, so they've only got... this will be much easier for us. Here we go. Released. Yeah, just make sure that these are... Yeah, they're blessed. And these are charging beyond. So they've gotten scared of these units, and so they're running. These are running though as well, unfortunately. What was that? Hang on, that's not anything. Why would they fire there? That looks to be a bug as well, doesn't it? What did they just hit? Black Hawks, okay. In the body, right. Okay, that's what it is. Alright, so that's what they fight at there. Okay, that makes sense. Oops, sorry. We did lose 7 long spears there. We do actually have retreats, So 9 units dispersed and retreated, 6 of them retreated to the friendly fort, and 3 were never seen again. All right, so that wasn't great. But sieging force has been beaten by our forces. Yep, okay, that's cool. So that one can now retreat, unfortunately, because they've now taken the Ogden Mercs. So there's nothing much there. So they'll be back in here. And this now opens things right up for them. All right, so we now go back into here where we've got the construct building. Ah, that's good. So that does continue on building this particular fortress. So we need to just go back into here with the province defence and really bolster this one up. Get 20 of them, I think. So that just gives us a nice, nice solid amount. Everything else is looking good there. All right. So with this, with what we've got through here at the moment, let's just go back to the to what we actually have. Let's bring those together. So these are the ones that had retreated before. See how many of these are wounded? None of them. That's good. One of those are wounded. None of those. That's fine. All right. So so Sigurd can't actually pick up any equipment, but he can go out with both of these, can patrol the province, and then can work with the province defence. So we'll do that, or we take this one on. I think we'll do that. Let's go and smash this with this particular unit. They took a bit of damage in the last one. I've still got units there I should have been picking up. So a lot of these units now have got nothing to do. So we'll just go back into what we have in through here. So we have blade of grass, 2 pendants, and then the boots. And so this is what we wanted to have picked up. So they've got the 2 blades of grass. They're doing 26 damage, and with an attack of 15. So the attack skill is 13 in here, but we do get the +2, which then means that the defense skill, they have to still get past the defense skill, but we've got 2 hits with this one. The defense is still 13, so we don't get any real bonuses there. We do get weapon defense modifiers of +4 from the blades of grass, so they give us a little bit extra in there. The attack skills, though, at 15, that's actually going to be fairly good. Most things won't have a defense of greater than that, so we should be getting 2 hits, and then the damage that we do once we get the 2 hits will be up. Now, if they come after us, we've got protection of 22 now, and so they're going to need to pretty much have weaponry that does 20 damage to be able to really have a chance of doing any real damage to us. So our natural protection is now 7, and so we go up again up to 22 for the body, 24 for the head. This is very, very good. Okay, so thugging this one out, and we also then have luck as well. And so lucky units are protected by fate. While lucky, there is a 75% chance of not being harmed by an attack that would otherwise have been fatal. So the lucky one is protected from magical as well as normal attacks, but not from attacks that cause instant death. So luck does not provide any benefits for undead and inanimate beings. So when we do get a fatal hit, there is a chance that the twist of luck will then sort of make it so it's not fatal. So that will help us as well. So availability saying, hey, Daz, any big battles yet? We've had reasonable size, I guess, nothing massive. Yeah, we've had some interesting fights. It has been good. So so Marcelo is saying, Daz, random question, but do you play BattleBit Remastered? I've heard of it, but I don't know much about it. No, I haven't played it, so I don't think I have. I do get confused with some of the games over time. Anyway, that's what we've got. So this is now a thugged out unit. He is susceptible to fire, so anyone that uses fire will have an easier time against him. But that's actually not a bad thug unit. It's pretty cheap with what we actually have through there. And we'll be wanting to do the same thing with a few of the others. Now, what have we got? He's got a bunch of these. bunch of those. We need to get other units in with him, I think. So we'll just keep on building it up for another turn or so, maybe a couple of turns, and then sort of send him off with other units. So we've got the now probably need to sit back and just let everyone do their research again. I would like to get more. I think there's a quick way to do all that as well that I'm just doing at the moment. Anyway, they're all researching. How are we going for the research here? We've got construction level 5 coming up, so we're going to be able to get fairly soon, like in 2 turns, we'll then be able to get the bigger items, so we can get sort of other things as well. But this is at the moment fairly good for what we need. Just go back in and recruit. Get more of these low-level ones. These haven't been that great, having these guys in their fight, but like having these as a collection. But I think I'm going to persist with those, and that should sort of work out well. And that there will be another group that we'll then have ready to go next turn. Have a look and see how we're going. So availability, saying not sure, but I imagine giants benefit from bigger battles now. I always found giant factions really strong in terms of their units, at least. It's funny because I've been playing a giant faction on Twitch, and I thought I'd do a lot better than what I am, but they get worn down very, very quickly, and it's quite interesting actually to see it. And now with the terrain, if you could fight in a swamp with giants, they can't avoid the poison mushrooms. And so as they walk along, you get these exploding mushrooms at their feet, which is quite funny. So that's another big change in the game. There's so many great changes that have come. Now we're going to be trying into here. I'm pretty sure that they're going to bypass us here. What I want to do is I want to go and get a castle in here. Now this probably isn't strong enough, but I will be able to then use the next one, Isambris, to come through with his thuggy stuff and join up with the other one. So we should be able to join up there. It'll take us an extra one to move into that one, so we'll probably end up just claiming this territory. Now we've got Isambris is back through there, that's okay. Next is Gawain as well, so they'll go off together. Yeah, okay, this does open up. Let's have a look and see what else there is. Yeah, we'll go down this way. All right. So we've got preaching back in through this other side. This one won't be able to preach. So we'll just go construct building. Can't do anything else really. So he'll just wait there. Now the palisades will still be a little way off. I don't want to be leaving this alone. Leave them, and I think I'm just going to keep this one here actually and just watch what actually happens. So we'll just go Shift W and hide and wait there. So we've got 2 spies to see the 2 bridges, to see what they bring across the bridges. Back into this side we've got yep, so that one's okay, that one's okay. So nothing else to do really. Got a lot in our treasury, so we can still keep on trying to build things up. So once we do get into other locations, we'll be able to get even more castles. So that's fine, building the fortress up there. Alright, so we'll end our turn here. Messenger from Ulm. Okay, this will be cool. Oh, hang on. They say they already had declared war on us. Oh, you know what it is? It's because the time had run out. So in the previous turn, we hadn't done anything with them for so long that they want to keep the war going. So they've actually had to declare war again. Otherwise, it would have been basically back to a white piece. So there is battle in Nicaea. So we'll actually watch this one. So they're actually attacking us here. View the battle. Now they're coming in with, okay, they've brought in a heap of Black Hawks. Now what are we up against? This province defence. Now this isn't great. This is a good attack actually. Because we're not going to be able to, our commander's going to get killed, I think. Come on, do the damage. Don't let the commander get killed. Wow, he's just held on. Alright, that was good. Don't know where the other one is. How did he survive? He's diseased. Oh, battle wounds, disease, yeah, never heals. So this is, now that should have happened. If we go and have a look at what actually happened with him. Press V. Okay, so the first dive attack was repelled. He then gets hit in the body for 0 damage, 0. Repelled again. Repelled, no, missed. Hit in the arm for 0. Wow, he's holding on. I don't know how he, look, this is a province defence guy. This is not actually a, I don't know how he got diseased. It's unbelievable. That's unbelievable. He didn't take any damage. Oh no, he took 1 point of damage after all that. If we have a look and see what his defence skill, no, he's actually okay again now. God, that was incredible. Oh no, he's take a few. He took 6 overall. But that was a big attack. To survive that is very, very cool. So anyway, that was Nicaea. So they went in with Great Hawks. They'd lost pretty much everything, so they're all gone. Yet the province defence, we did lose our Bard, but the Castellan actually stayed where he was. Now this is dangerous because he was left unprotected, and that was a very, very good attack, I've got to say. That should have actually won. Now there's a battle in Kepris. I won't actually watch this one. So this is actually Vanheim is actually attacking Machaca as well. Or Vans. They did win. All right. So then we have a battle in Ogden Mercs. Okay, they've been. This is okay. We should be fine here. Blessings and things. Oh, this isn't good. Oh, this is actually a Van Hurst. So this is one of their magic users. Just go back to 3, or 2 even. Oh, how's the fatigue? Fatigue is getting up there to make it easier for us to hit. Huskars, they're retreating. Getting these commanders would be good. He's going to retreat. I'm not going to be able to catch him. Yeah, we're having a hard time with these mirrors, with these mirrored units, these glamours. Yeah, there's only 3 left on that one. Right, well we won it anyway, and we did lose 2 of the longbowmen and 1 of the long spears, but everything else is pretty good. The longbowmen did a really good job there. Now they did have some province defence, and they did actually have the Van Hurst in through there as well. Then they all all of those escaped. So those particular forces, they did lose a lot of the other group though. So then we have another battle in Nicaea. So the first one was actually a magical attack. The second one was where they go in. Now, also we've got a battle in Fever Fens as well. So we'll just view this battle. This coming closer. This one we're going to have to. Okay, they've split off. This is their mercenary group. Now we're going to probably lose this, I would guess. Just low levels of province defence. Yeah, no, we're not going to win this one. So they'll turn and tail and run. There they go. Yep, that's done. Okay, so that was the FIFA Fens. No damage there to them. Then we've got back in Nicaea. They've actually now gone in with their main attack. So we've bypassed them somehow. View the battle. Oh, maybe they've come from the water again. I'll just have a look and see. If we have a look and see what they've got in through here. This is a Van der Rot sailing. Now it didn't actually, no, 143. These have come through in the water again, yet again. So, but these aren't as big as what they had before. Low attacks, these are just fairly average. But they've got a few different units in there. Now we've got a reasonable province defence in here. We'll probably bolster this one up because it looks like this is going to be where they mainly do their landings. So I think have we got yeah, the slingers and the spearmen, and this has got a range of 3 with a light lance. We should eventually wear these down, as long as we can sort of keep in around this area. Hit points, yeah, still the same, but their defence skills should start to come down as this Harry goes up. So we have to do more there. Actually, this could be hard. Yeah, we're going to take damage here. Not doing enough damage to these other guys. They're going to win this. It's a strong faction, isn't it, these elves? Yep, so we're gone. We are dead, so all of that province defence all gone to waste again. I think we need to keep this one bolstered, like a permanent force. Okay, well, we're under siege yet again. So we have the construction has now stopped again because we're now under siege yet again. That was completed, so we completed the fortress back over here, which is good. We're under siege and our walls are damaged. Patrolling troops in Tyria there have killed 6 filthy brigands, and that's okay. Okay, here we got a special unit. So suddenly Rian the heroine appears at the gates of your castle and wants to fight for your cause. Rian was just a girl when she fell in love with a young knight. The young lord was obsessed with the ideals of the Knights of the Stone and ignored Rian's wooing. After he was mutilated by brigands, she decided to take revenge. She declared war on the robbers and slew them. One by one, with the unexpected aid of a unicorn astride her champion, she has become the bane of brigands and is a welcome sight in the villages of the kingdom. Rian received a bonus when patrolling provinces. Okay, I hope she's better than that, just that. So we'll have a look and see. There she is. No, she's not. Okay. So she just has a patrolling bonus. Now she's diseased. Yeah, so she is actually still... No, she's not even sacred. Okay, well, she is not really all that good for us. She does have recuperation and the patrol bonus of 25. Yeah, not great. Not great at all. So we've certainly got better than that. Okay, anyway, let's just get everything else ready. So we'll just go back across. Now we've got this group has now come into here. We've got Sigurd into this other side. We've got a group of 5 units there, the Black Hawks that escaped from this other area. These have got nowhere to run to. Keep on forgetting about this one. Wolf. Oh, he must have escaped from that last fight. From here? Yeah, he did. He ran away. Okay, well that's not great. I think we're going to have to move these back into here, you know. Then we've got this group in here. We'll send Rian out this way to pick up these knights, or these horsemen. And let's just go back in, put more of those in there. Get that group there, that one into there. And actually before she goes, we'll pop these in with Rian. Right, well, I'll send these out this way. Along with this one. And of Province Defence. They're going to be coming through here a lot. I might as well just get a bunch of them. Okay, and then we've got this as well. So this is going to, ultimately we just have to keep on slamming back into here. Now, I think that this one will be okay to attack this one back again. So I think we'll go back in. And we will actually just go back in here as well with this one here, but with control. And we'll also have a look at the at bringing these in as well. He can only really bring in one group, so it's not all that helpful. Now they can't get anywhere really other than in here. I had actually really wanted these for something else. Okay, so we'll just go back to recruitment. Just get heaps of these. That'll do us. So Fango Wolf saying inner arrow nice. So guard with the other. Yeah, it's sort of that's the idea, but they have been running. Now we should be able to take this one out. There's only six units there, but I think I'll play it safe. So we'll move this one across. Let's just go and set these guys up. So we need to do all of these. Line formation, and let's move that one forward. Alright, so we need to cast a few different things in through here. So we're going to be sort of in a bit of limbo for a little while. This will be hold and attack closest enemy. Actually, we'll do closest enemy this time. That way they won't bypass. They'll just go through methodically. These will just be fire and keep distance, and these will be hold and attack. And I'll do these to closest as well. That way we'll sort of just methodically go through. We won't have any sort of units running around the outside. Might start to get some knights though as well. Some of those special knights, just so we can end up with maybe 2 groups of thugged out units working their way through. This one here will be hold, and then attack closest enemy. So he'll just go in with the other group. So he'll hold for 2 turns. And then this one here is going to be cast a specific spell of blessing, and then just stay behind troops will do. So with this one here, I might just go control 1, and just that'll become what we tend to do. This will probably be control 2, because I'll end up using this one. And ultimately I'm probably going to be using this a lot, so I might make this one control 3. And so when we go back into other units, I'm just going to be able to use those numbers just to, if I go Control S, I can then see what the actual safe battle orders are. So I can then just use them whenever I feel like it. So that's them. If we go back across into this one here, for example, just go back to Y. And so if I just go Control S again, so that blessing is number 1. Number 2 is the hold, attack closest. So if we go and go number 2, hold, attack closest. Number 1 is going to be is going to be changing spells to stay behind troops. And this one's not going to be in the fight. So these will be 3, hold and attack closest. There at the back there, which is actually doesn't really worry us. I'll just leave that one where that is. Fire and keep distance is fine as well. Now that's coming in from a different angle, so I'm going to go hold and attack closest there as well. So that's 2, 3, yeah, hold and 3 in through there. So that way we can just have these things sort of do what they're going to do. Next is that one's okay. Then this one's now finished. Construct a castle for 600. We'll do that. So we get an even higher level in through here. And next is just do research for now. Now actually we've got, see, this one's coming out. We're back up to 13 of these, 60 of these. Only 2 of these. I can actually make what I need. So let's go and build the next thug. Just go back and do recruit. So we'll recruit another one of these Lord Wardens. Get as many of these as we can get initially, because these cost 2, I think. Oh no, they only cost 1. 1 recruit. I'll still do it this way, I think. It would be good to get another big bunch of these into one. Actually, maybe we do that. Let's get these instead, because we can certainly afford them. The resources goes down at this point, but we'll start to get a bunch of these coming in with another special one of these. So that's all we can do there with the resources that we actually have. Now we need to use alchemy. Alchemy. And so we need to actually get how many astral gems have we got? 5. So we need 5 of these. So we need to make more. Now water, we don't know if we're going to use them, but certainly glamour. We'll get a few glamour. We'll just use some of the glamour up. Say 20 there, just so we've got them sitting there. That's the 5 that we required. We've got 18 left. The nature is going to be okay, I think. Or do we need more? No, we need more. We need 2 more. Okay, so we'll just use the astral pearls for that. So we get up to 15. And then we just go back through and start to deck these out. So forge magic item, the boots of strength. Then we go to these guys, forge magic item, the grass, blade of grass, forge magic item, blade of grass, forge magic item, Barkskin amulet, and where was the other one? We had another one, didn't we? Must have used one of the other sort of higher level mothers to do the next one. That was Pendant of Luck, which is also just glamour. Okay, that was it, I think. I think that's all we had to do, was the boots, the two amulets, or the pendant and then the amulet. Then we had the 2 blades of grass, and that then gets us down to 0 there, 0 there. We're down to 7 there, so we've actually used a lot of those. Okay, that's all we can really do. So that'll give us another of these thugged out units. So that'll sort of then work. So can you give commanders orders from the army setup? Yes, you can. Yeah, so if we go, like, for example, if I'm in here, I can either do it here, or I can actually go into this side. I don't know if this is what you mean, but I can actually change it here as well. I don't know if it was there before, to be honest. But we can do it in both spots. So I can do it wherever I like. So YouTube doesn't allow me to use channel points to become a useless researcher. No, unfortunately, I don't have the renaming any way to do it easily here. What I should do is actually, I should get on my Discord a list of YouTube names, basically, where people actually just put a name down. You know what I used to have a spreadsheet for that, a Google sheet where people could actually fill in a form, and then I would just take the name from that. I should do that again. That was years ago. It's a good idea, Sabosco. Very good idea. That way, anyone who does, want to be basically in there, that would actually work. And I could also do it for my Patreons, actually. I used to do it with the Patreons. I'll have to have a look and see what I've got set up, because I do actually have a group of names. And so I'll probably I'll rejig that. That's a really, really good idea, because it's actually easier to play when you actually have got skin in the game. Like when I know that there's somebody that's watching. And not that I can ban anyone, but it's still nice to be able to have them named. So that's a really, really good idea. We'll do that in the next session, which should be tomorrow, because we've still got a long way to go in here, and I do have to start to wind up now. So, but I'll get that done before tomorrow's session. So that one's actually that's the only one we've got left. And we've still got a few of these. Yeah, they've got a big one here in the Misty Bog. We've now found everything on the map. Yeah, and then jack in through here as well, and that's Cathedral of the Rock. That's Abyssia there. Okay. So a bit of looking through here. So they've got a fairly big area underground. All right, so we could actually... I don't think that there may be other things that extend. I don't think it is, though. Looks like there's more up this way. Maybe we'll go back this way. And that's all we've got. So we've got a lot of money. That's now got province defence. If we just go to F1, just make sure that the province defence actually to Tirador. We need to go and change that. And that's actually got the Lake of Reflected Time. This one does give us astral pearls, which is quite nice. So it's going to be another little addition. And we'll just go to D. Oh, nice. Yeah, we get a lot in here. Let's get this one up. So we end up with a group of heavy cavalry. So we'll get this on to, say, 25. That's going to be a really strong force, actually, in this location. So next... Actually, it's going to change as soon as we actually change over. That's still going to be okay, though. We'll still end up with a good collection once it becomes one of our fortresses. Okay, so I think everything is now ready to go. Let's just end our turn. We've done we've done all that. That's excellent. So a few battles. And we'll see if those knights wander off anywhere else. So construction, conjuration, yeah. So we've done all those easy ones. So the Athamene dragon has claimed the throne of Twilight. All right, so that's actually, I don't know which one that is, but anyway, that's one of the others. Yep, number found, that's okay. Battle in Nicaea, so we're going back in. They're going after Annika this time. So this is the knights. Okay, I should have actually put that force back out into the in patrol the province. I completely forgot about doing that one. Unexpected event. So a pack of sea dogs is roving the coastal lands. This is to be a battle in there as well, in the Silver Swamps. And then we have a sneaking enemy was discovered by a patrolling unit, and this is, don't know where that is. We're under siege in Annika, but, damn it. Yeah, so they did actually take that one. New famous hero. So we've got two more. So, okay, that's okay. Let's just have a quick look and see what these have got. So we've got the battle in Nicaea, and then we'll make this the last turn. So we're attacking into here. Now, they've still got a reasonable force that have come through the ocean. So this will still not... We won't have this all to ourselves. Good. We should be able to smash them. Yep, so we've got those. Here comes the next one. Now, these aren't the ones that have been thugged out. That's good. That one's still very, very strong. And we should be okay here, I think. We are taking damage. We're moving back. Our guys should be able to take these out, but we are taking damage from here. Come on, do the damage in there as well. We are getting stuff. So his horse is also taking damage. They're running. This one's running as well, but he's fatigued, so hopefully we can kill him. Here we come with our commander. Got him. Wow, that was awesome. Let's have a look and see what happened there at the end. So now he's got the two swords. So the Lord Warden hit the Van Hurst in the leg with a broadsword for 6 points of damage. The target was killed. So that was good. But while he was down, while he was basically fatigued, and then he also with the other sword at the same time hit the Fey horse in the body with the broadsword for 18 points of damage, and the target was killed. So that was good stuff. And he's not thugged out. He's just a normal commander. So so he's actually doing okay. His fatigue is 25, so he's actually all right. Yeah, so there's still a few more. Anyway, they're gone. So that was good. So we won the battle in Nicaea. We did lose 2 long spears and 1 Warden of Avalon. That's actually not bad. I thought we were going to do worse than that. I thought it could have even gone 50-50. Then we have the Battle of Annika. This one we get destroyed. Did I build a big province defence? I built a reasonable one, but not enough to hold on to these guys. Just this little handful of knights are doing all the damage here. There's a lot of them, actually. Yeah, we're not going to be able to destroy these. We need to... If we had gone in with the long spears, we would have been okay. We are doing some damage, but just not enough. We are doing damage, but we're just not killing enough. There we go. Caught rid of the horses and one of those units. That's good as well. Should be pretty close. Bit of friendly fire, I think. Oh no. Yeah, no, we're running now. Did we only get rid of one of them? No, we got rid of another rider. The horses don't matter. That was close. That was close. What's this guy doing? This one's crippled. He's trying to make his way through. Is that the commander? No, it's just heavy cavalry. So the commander is still in the here in the fight. So one of these is the actual commander. Wow, that one's taken a lot of damage. These really won't last long. Heavy cavalry must be this guy. Oh no. Don't know who their commander is. We're the ones who routed though, so there should be a commander on the field. Heavy cavalry. Heavy cavalry. Hang on, let's have a look. F1. Where is he? He's been in the fights, like he's been in the middle of it. Could he be somewhere else? He's got to be one of these guys. Ah, there he is. No, that's him there. These don't have... So that it's just called heavy cavalry, but it's actually it's a skilled rider, reinvigoration 3. Yeah, so he's actually still cracking along there. So that's the commander there. Okay, so we'll quit out of that one because we lose that one. We did kill 2. That's good. That's actually a start. So that's actually helpful. They are hard to kill, those cavalry. The event in through here, then we have the battle. Now we do have a fair amount in here because we were worried about the. That's a lot of sea dogs though. These are big, I think. Oh, they're size 3. They're undisciplined. They've got a 12 bite. It's not terrible. Their protection isn't great, but what have we got? Not much. Now we've got longer weapons, so this first attack is going to be critical for us, and hasn't gone very well for us. Just press 3. Yeah, we're going to get smashed here. That's done. All right, so that's gone. Enemy now controls our province, so that's nothing much we can do about that one. Sneaking enemy was discovered. This was back in here where we're building this one up. This is cool. So we found ourselves a Albrecht the spy from Ulm. So he was going to be destroyed. We're under siege, but the enemy cannot harm us. This is at Enica. There's only got the handful of different things in through there, and then we've got a new famous hero there as well. So that's all good. Now, so we're under siege in here. We can break this siege. We've broken this siege. We've got another group now coming back through, 110 warriors. This is where we are going to have to... now, what have we got in here? If we have a look and see, this is where they're going to come into here next turn. I can't get to there from here. We were going to take this out. I really wanted to bring this one in. These two together. Oh, we can make it. No, he can make it. This one can't. This one's got 16 movement. This only got 12. So we can't get across there. I can get them both to there. So they can both move into that one. Actually, what I can do is do a move and patrol. That way they actually go into the outside area. And if we just go back into yeah, so we need to really pump this one up again. So we get that one to 25. We have to do this. Province defense is already at 20. This is sort of like this is the choke point. So that one moves into there. Then we have this one moves back in with both of these back into here. Just go to T. Yeah, there's nothing else left inside. Might leave those inside because they've got no real reason to be there. And this one can then move into here. Just check the woundings. A lot of ours are now wounded. Okay, they're just going to be supplementing what happens with the province defence anyway. So that'll be okay. All right. So back in through here, we now have Hengst. Blades of grass. Get those on him. So he's now thugged out as well. That's what we needed to do. T. I'm going to leave him behind for a little while until we actually get an army built for him. So, grab another of the Mothers of Avalon. Get a heap of those, and we'll start to get more of the... I've been defaulting to these, but I wonder if I shouldn't go to the Landless Knights. Their protection isn't great, actually. It's not fantastic. It's only 15. I think I may have to start to buff... get some magic users in amongst these guys as well, just to buff these spells and give them better protection. I think we're still using these, to be honest. Just go and grab a few more of those. Let's just do that for now. So we can't do anything other than box formations with this particular guy. Now we're only going up against a few handfuls of the knights, so we should be okay with these long spears. This is ideal for this. So we'll go and we'll just escape out of that one, and you are going to patrol the province and break the deadlock in here. Now we've got this one auto-searching, but she can't really do anything, but we'll be back in there next turn anyway. That's going to be okay. How are we going in here with the Palisades? Should be one more turn, I think. 2 months, okay. yeah, what we have in here now is extremely strong. So I'll just leave that one where that is. So they've taken this one, which was next to Ulm. It doesn't matter. Yeah, a little bit there. We're going to be losing some of these as well. So we'll build this one up, and then we probably will just leave another smaller force to protect against Ulm. But let's see what happens in here. This actually no, this can be next turn, isn't it? Sorry, I keep on forgetting. I was going to leave this here. Let's just go back into T. Grab those. It's a big group. Now she can actually have up to 3 different groups. Let's just split these into 2. And attack rearmost. And she can actually make it back there as well. So she can actually ride straight here and join this fight. So she'll come in and join that one. She can move at 20. So we're looking at, I think we're looking at about 8, so 6, yeah, so 14. We're not going to be able to get into there. Would have been nice to have been able to ride. Actually, maybe we can she? No, she can't. Okay, that's fine. Anyway, I better leave it here, guys. So I will catch you tomorrow if you're around. We'll be streaming again on Twitch tomorrow as well. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll work on the on the form so that people can actually fill it in, and then I can just randomly choose names out of that for these YouTube playthroughs. I think that's a really great idea. So yeah, we'll do it that way. So anyway, guys, I'll leave it there. Thanks for watching. I will catch you tomorrow if you're